This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this? Dun 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Welcome to DBL. It is Friday, December 10th. I am Tori. I'm here with Al, Erica, and Lindsay. We have some information about Jussie Smollett. He has been found guilty for lying about the victim of a hate crime. Now, a jury convicted Jussie of disorderly conduct for making fake reports to police. He claimed he was targeted and attacked because he was black and gay. But the jury sided with the Osundaro brothers' side of events, who said Jussie hired them to stage the attack. Now, after the verdict, Special Prosecutor Dan Webb said Jussie only hurt his case by testifying on the stand. Take a listen.
Now that he's compounded his wrongdoing by lying to a jury, which they've obviously determined from the verdict today, he's compounded his misconduct in this city, and we'll let the judge decide what to do.
The charge comes with a maximum 3-year prison sentence, and his defense said they will appeal. Are we shocked? We're not shocked, but I was very forward saying I think he's stupid to take the stand. It seems like he probably was. I mean, the prosecutor went on to say the cops had to get rid of homicides. They got resources. They got money taken away from all other things to focus on this one fake incident, and let alone for hate crimes, it dilutes the message. Lindsay, what do you think?
I mean, it's a class 4 felony, so this could, like you said, be 3 years of his life in jail. In the beginning of this case, when it actually went to trial, I thought that he was going to maybe get probation or community service. But this, the more it goes on, feels like a personal vendetta kind of thing with Chicago, the entire city, against Jussie Smollett because of their reputation and because they even had to go through all this and because he doubled down, took the stand, and was trying to make this even more in his favor. I don't know if they're going to show him any leniency. And I just think, I mean, I'm not trying to downplay the crime. I don't know that he needs to spend 3 years in jail, but I think they're going to try to make an example out of him.
I think him testifying might actually cost him jail time, as opposed to if he hadn't testified and perjured himself, as they're alluding to, then we would be talking more like community service.
Right. Yeah. I agree. Al, what do you think? You agree?
I mean, as soon as I saw this verdict, I thought about what you said. And just, I think a lot of people look at taking the stand and you think it's going to be like the last 10 minutes of Law and Order, where you exonerate yourself and it's, you know, there's this big moment. But usually what's going to happen is you're going to run into a highly skilled prosecutor that's going to get your words twisted, and you may expose yourself to jail time. And I think that's what we saw here. I think he probably was looking at probation, stiff probation, and obviously a social and career penalty. But I think now we might be looking to something more, just because of how he continued to double down.
And where do you go from here? Like, he was an actor. Even if, no matter what he gets, like, what's the next step? Now these 2 Nigerian brothers, he claims he had a relationship with one. The other one's offended. You offended Don Lemon, I'm sure, who probably broke. Nobody's going to say what's happening.
You burned a lot of bridges.
Yeah, you burned a lot of bridges. You know what I mean? You're living and filming in Chicago for Empire. I'm sure they're not going to have him back ever. You know, I mean, that's an understatement. I just don't know where you go. What was all this for? And the fact that it was over $3,500, like, I don't know if he's thinking to himself, like, was it worth it? And I know a lot of celebrities and his family are standing behind him and by his side. And it's just interesting as I watch all the commentary online, because I understand the other implications of him being a black gay man and why, if this actually did happen, it would be such a big problem. But to know that it's now he's found guilty of it, of lying about the whole thing, it's kind of just really embarrassing and unfortunate for him.
It's also just frustrating to me, because the next time we see a hate crime, what's the first thing people do? Oh, is this another Jussie Smollett? You've diluted the message for everyone that's really vulnerable and really going through something, and you've sort of clouded the coffee in that way.
Right. With him, I think it's so dramatic, though. He said the noose, the Trump supporters, the MAGA hats. It just felt like very over the top. So I don't think that if I hear about another hate crime, or any of us on the panel, we're going to be like, oh, let's look at that. Jussie Smollett, he's like in a whole category by himself.
We might not.
Ridiculous.
I feel like court of public opinion might. That's what worries me. You know what I mean? All right. Travis Scott is addressing the Astroworld tragedy for the very first time. The rapper sat down with radio host Charlemagne the God to tell his side of the story. Let's all take a look.
And did you hear any of those screams?
Nah, man. And you know, it's so crazy because I'm that artist too. Like, you know, anytime you can hear something like that, you want to stop the show. You want to make sure, you know, fans get the proper attention they need, you know. I just didn't hear that. You know, I got music, I got my in-ears, but I just didn't hear that, you know.
So if you don't know in-ears, I'm assuming it's talking about an earpiece that goes in. We all have one here, and it does block some hearing. But he stopped the show at some points. Al, what do you think about this response to Charlamagne?
In a weird way, I kind of got Jussie Smollett vibes. I'm like, stop talking. Anything you say can and will. And they always say when people are innocent, that's how the cops get you, copy. When you're innocent, you're like, oh, of course I'll talk. Yeah, I didn't do anything. They get you in that back room, and they can get you to confess to a lot of things. He may be honestly saying what he thinks happened, but he may be opening himself up. You notice with the good attorneys, and even when somebody is caught dead to rights, my attorney advised me not to speak. Even if they're standing in the crime scene with, you know, holding the smoking gun, they don't speak. And I don't know if this is a good idea, and I don't know who allowed him to do that.
That's what my question is. When we talked about this with even Alec Baldwin, it's like you're taking a very calculated risk because obviously Travis is facing $1 billion or more in lawsuits. And the idea that he would come forward and speak seems very problematic legally, but in the court of public opinion, which is ongoing right now as opposed to the criminal court, which could be a year down the road, do you stop your life as you know it, or do you try to get ahead of it so that you can still be out there entertaining people? I think it's all calculated.
And I know what you mean by risk reward, right? What's better? And just knowing, growing up in that defense litigation world, this can go to the juries. That can be played. That's discovery. And if you find out he could hear, for one instance, he's lied. So you see what I'm saying? This is a horrible way. You've set in stone your testimony before even getting to the court case. What do you think, Linz?
And I would say any celebrity, you brought up Alec Baldwin, I understand why he spoke out. He was a kind of outspoken person online sometimes anyway and in general. But Travis Scott is kind of like, you never really see him. Anything about his relationship, his personal life.
Private.
So when he spoke up, even the first time when he came out on social media and was kind of like almost in tears saying, I'm so sad this happened, I love my fans. I was just like, man, I don't know which one's worse because being quiet in this moment is terrible for people. You know, people died and trying to celebrate you and your music, and then being loud in this moment and just trying to say I'm so sorry might just seem like you're taking fault.
Just you saying that, I was like, are you admitting guilt when you say I'm sorry?
Yes,
it's
in some
but you probably, I'm sure he really is. See, no one wants this.
But a lawyer, he clearly has Kris Jenner surrounding him. He has smart people around him. I highly suggest his lawyer said, please don't do this interview. And he himself, just like Jussie Smollett, maybe Alec Baldwin, had somewhat of a need for court of public opinion or an ego to say, I got to get out there. That will ruin you in the end.
But at what point are we going to make the people responsible that trampled each other versus the artist that's actually just doing, even via rage music? There's so many different artists and genres that have music that promote raging or jumping or screaming or even jump into the audience. Why is that his fault?
Because when you buy a ticket, you are presumed safe at that concert, unfortunately. Go ahead.
Like the artist, though.
Right. I mean, and when we talk about this, I have to disagree with you on this. I understand that people rushed the stage, multiple people rushed the stage, but when you're talking about people getting trampled, you're literally in a world, like, there's no control. It's not like people were jumping up and down. People were literally smashed together.
Drowning. Yeah.
So I don't know who you can find culpable in that crowd other than trying to get people who didn't pay for their ticket and ran in.
Interesting. All right, let us know what you guys think on YouTube, the DBL app, dailyblastlive.com. Coming up on DBL. When a person of color goes missing, why is there no media frenzy? We're speaking with a woman who is pushing these important cases into the spotlight. But first, we got to hear from you on this one. Pope Francis says cheating on your partner isn't that serious. We're chatting about it after the break.
Closed captioning provided by...
It's so...
Included Live Nation's getting sued, the security's getting sued, Drake's getting sued, everybody's getting sued that are there, but know that security did meet with them beforehand and tell them this is how a crowd surges and this is how someone can die. So they were well informed. Travis Scott himself.
Why are we talking about the art? I would think that the company that puts it on, the artist, yes, that's all we care about, but that's just one component, like almost a small component.
Well, he's one of many being sued.
In terms of like, yeah, but why? He should be under the bigger umbrella of Live Nation.
He has the microphone.
The reason why, especially in this case, the reason why the artist is important is because Travis had been arrested twice for inciting people to riot, basically. So they were coming, the story was they were going to him to say, don't incite the crowd because we're already at this like certain capacity. So I think that's the issue.
He tweeted out also, we're gonna let the wild ones in though, right before this concert. And he'd already, again, like Erica said, been arrested twice for asking people to come
My
and
thing
jump the
is,
stage.
like, I don't care what he asks. If I have a security company that brings large crowds in, and our whole job is to keep everything secure, it shouldn't be contingent on what you tweet.
Well,
My thing is saying, like,
And also artists have been like stage diving. I know it's not saying we're going to let they've been stage diving. Different artists of different backgrounds have been stage diving for years. Right, so why is it not like,
but guys,
that's also, you could fall on somebody's head and
agree, but he's the only one responsible because he has the microphone. If anyone could have stopped it, he could have stopped it. He's part
Okay, so
of that.
what if people said, everyone, please stop, and
Which
they
he
still
did
got trampled?
6 times during this concert.
So then why is it his fault? That's my point. He tried to
Because
stop
at
it.
some point, someone said people are dying, and he continued the concert. And your concert ticket in fine print says you have a reasonable expectation of security and personal safety at this concert. And if he's inciting that, he's going against the contract.
I know, as a heavy crown to wear just if you want to be a musician.
However you're celebrating, make DBL a part of your holiday cheer.
What's up, homie?
I can tell she was feeling something. I tell.
Erica blushed for Alfonso Ribeiro.
Would you have been cooking naked?
Cooking.
yes, on our last show.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Am I right? Say yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I got chills.
Me too.
Clearly.
DBL is always all new every day.
Welcome back to DBL. How serious a sin is cheating or sex outside of marriage? Well, according to this Pope, it's not that serious. So on a recent trip, the Pope said, quote, sins of the flesh are not the most serious. According to reports, he said worse sins include pride and hatred. So what do you think about what the Pope said? Is cheating not as serious as we thought, or does this type of talk just embolden cheaters? I also think he's including sleeping before you're married as part of the sins of the flesh.
Sleeping before you're married.
Sleeping with someone. Don't go to bed. He's like, I'm a cool pope. I want to be the cool pope.
I don't know about this. It seems like his Twitter account got hacked. Like,
I love when we try to say, like, oh, somebody's going to cheat because the Pope said it was okay. Like, no, they're just a cheating person. That's just, like, in their nature.
That's
like,
a good point.
I don't think they're going to, whether you're Catholic, Christian, whatever, you know, you're not going to say, yes, I'm just going to be having these indiscretions because the Pope said it's okay. He didn't say it's okay. He just said it's not the worst thing. I would think, like, killing somebody was on the top of my list, or being a pedophile, right?
What if you wouldn't move in with Colin, let's say, because you're
a lot of people
right,
like
and they
that.
listen to that and they say, I can't move in until we're married. Now? Not so bad?
You still probably won't move until you're married.
What happened to a sin is a sin is a sin?
I don't know. We
like
don't have
all
those.
sins are equal. What happened to that?
I never subscribed to that, though. I feel like that's ridiculous. Like, me saying hating on Erica's outfit or something is not the same sin as me in the outfit is beautiful. But, but it's not the same thing as me, like, really trying to go punch Tori.
But we weren't always taught
These are terrible,
that.
terrible
Yeah, we
examples.
were taught that.
We were always taught that
I
a sin
know,
is a
but-
sin. And I mean, this is a major
It's a shift.
announcement because, I mean, they kind of like, it seemed like
Right?
this was the parameters in which the religion was kind of like, I follow this religion, so I will not do the following things. Now he comes out and be like, if you cheat on your partner like twice, average it out over 20 years, that's like once a decade. It's like, I don't know about that.
You know, when I talk to, and I've asked married couples this before, or people in general that have been together for a really long time, and they say, you know, somebody just getting in an act of having sex with somebody else is not completely the deal breaker, ruining all things. Like, they work back from it. I've heard that story time and time again. So I don't know that if that's part of the example of why so many people have worked through that. It's like, you know, you're with somebody for 50 years, 40 years, 30 years, 20 years. Yeah, you might work on it past that, which is why I don't think it's the worst thing in the world.
Well, this all came because a French clergy person, I think he's a man, was having an affair with a woman, and he's trying to explain this to the people and say hatred and pride, which is so full in this world right now, is worse off than that. Is that helpful in any way in terms of where we should put our focus?
Seems like you're changing the rules when your friend gets in trouble.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like. And it's like, again, this is like, we're laughing, but people got their life by this.
But look, hatred and pride has led to so much terrible stuff in this country just in the last year. Let's just look at this specifically. Those are the things that have ignited so much that we've seen happen. The sad news story that we were just all on stage crying about yesterday versus somebody cheating on their partner. I think we can talk about that and work through it with a therapist.
But does that shift for
that was not in the.
I'm not making up the Bible, obviously. I'm just saying,
that wasn't in the pamphlet. That wasn't in the brochure,
it never
right?
said, but if you do cheat, talk about it in in therapy. I wouldn't go to church if that's how they talk. Like, look, man.
You're way into church now.
Go talk to somebody. It's like, what is a pope?
It's a big shift.
Like, your friend wouldn't say this at your house in front of your spouse.
Interesting. Let us know what you think. Coming up on DBL, we'll introduce you to a very important guest, putting people of color who are missing into the spotlight. Believe me, you don't want to go away on this one.
However you're celebrating, make DBL a part of your holiday cheer.
I can tell she was feeling something, I tell you.
Blush for Alfonso Ribeiro.
It is the most wonderful time of the year.
Absolutely.
DBL is always all new every day.
On December 3rd, Mariah Carey's hit single, All I Want for Christmas Is You, was certified diamond by the Recording Industry Association of America, making it the first holiday single to earn the distinction. Carey's Christmas hit usually begins making its way up the music charts around late October, according to Last.fm listenership data from the past 3 years. But does that mean that the holiday hit gets the most plays on streaming apps during the Christmas season? Verify reached out to these sources to get an answer, and drum roll please, it's true. All I Want for Christmas Is You is the most streamed holiday song, according to music streaming app data from Apple Music, Amazon Music, Billboard, Pandora, and Spotify. According to Amazon Music, global streams on their app for this song are up 46% in 2021 when compared to this time last year. It's also one of the most requested holiday songs on Amazon Music via Alexa so far this year. According to Spotify data, the song tops its Christmas hits list and is the most popular song on Carey's artist profile with nearly 1 billion streams overall. It's also my all-time favorite Christmas song, and I may or may not dance around the table to it every year with my family. With your Fast Fact, I'm Ariane Till.
African Americans remain missing 4 times longer than white Americans. That number is alarming. We hear from families all the time, the police is turning us away, the media wouldn't respond.
Welcome back. A new documentary is shedding light on the shocking disparity involving missing people of color. All last month, DBL featured some of those cases, but there is one organization pushing these cases to the mainstream. Earlier, we spoke with Natalie Wilson, co-founder of the Black and Missing Foundation.
Natalie, welcome to DBL. You know, I have so much respect for you, and you really are doing God's work, trying to provide a service and shedding light to these cases. Why don't we hear about these cases in your words?
First of all, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
And the feedback that we're getting from families is that the cases aren't taken seriously. I'll give you an example. When our children, minority children, are reported missing, oftentimes they're classified by law enforcement as a runaway. So if you're classified as a runaway, you don't get the Amber Alert. You definitely don't get any media coverage at all. And adults are often stereotyped as being involved with some type of criminal activity, or that type of deviant behavior is what happens in those communities. And their lives in these cases, again, just aren't taken seriously.
Thank you for being here. Your organization has helped nearly 400 families get closure. And to be clear, some of those endings were not happy ones. Is there one story that really stands out to you or that has affected you the most?
All of the cases really are so important to us, but I think the catalyst or the inspiration behind the organization is Tamika Houston, who went missing from Spartanburg, South Carolina. And we read how her family, her aunt, who's in my profession, public relations, really struggled to get media coverage, national media coverage. And Natalie Holloway disappeared a year later. Wow. And we all know her name, we know her face. So, you know, it's just disheartening. And our goal is to be advocates for these families, to help them get the assistance from law enforcement and the media coverage needed.
So, Natalie, when it comes to solving these cases, you say exposure is the most important thing. Al and I were just talking about that in the break. Can you give us a specific example of how the media has helped a case?
Most recently, there was a child, a 1-year-old, that was missing from Maryland. And on social media, we shared her profile. Someone saw her on a subway in New York.
Wow.
And contacted law enforcement, and she was able to be rescued. And a couple of years ago, we had a case where we got national coverage. The family was on The View. We were able to take the family on The View. And within 14 minutes of that show airing, we received a tip that led us directly to the young girl who was missing. And within an hour, she was reunited with her family. So that shows the real power of media and why it's needed.
I really appreciate what you're doing. And also, I wanted to ask you, how do you help families navigate just the sheer heartbreak with these cases?
Well, we ask families to give up, to not to give up, to hold on to hope, because sometimes they don't know what to do, and we help them with media coverage, navigating the process with law enforcement, and just to hold on just another day. They know that we are working alongside them, and we're doing everything that we can to help them find their missing loved one.
That's bad.
Natalie, you know, something stuck out to me when you were speaking, that the idea of the information, the media not taking these cases seriously, police not taking these cases seriously, and the fact that we are the most connected that we have ever been in the history of the world. So even when you get something that scrolls across your feed about a missing person, sharing it on your stories can help and change that. So how else do we change the statistics in these cases?
First, awareness is key. We can no longer turn a blind eye because it's not happening to you or your family. It could be any one of us that could be missing. Our mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, valuable members of our community. So what we need our community and law enforcement and the media to do is like these profiles, help them to go viral and share it within the network. We know that we can't get media coverage for every case, but we say less is more. So less of one particular person or race. Let's even the playing field and show more cases, because these families desperately are searching for their missing loved one, and they deserve answers or closure.
Yes, they do. Natalie, thank God for you. To our viewers out there, to get involved, visit the website blackandmissinginc.com. You can literally save someone's life. Natalie, we really appreciate you. Thank you for joining us here at DBL and creating change. If anyone watching has information, please contact Natalie and her organization.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Plenty of questions have come out of the more than 2,000-page infrastructure bill. One THV11 Verify viewer asked, is it true there is some sort of driving tax or fee that you'll have to pay each year based on your vehicle's mileage and how much you've driven that year, included in President Biden's Build Back Better plan? This claim and similar ones have made their rounds all over social media. So let's verify. Our sources: the bill itself, Michelle Nellenbach from the Bipartisan Policy, and Scott Hardin with the Arkansas Department of Finance and Administration. Under Section 13,002, it states the National Motor Vehicle Per Mile User Fee Pilot Program is completely voluntary. The first objective of the program is to test the design, acceptance, implementation, and financial sustainability of a National Motor Vehicle Per Mile User Fee.
So instead of paying at the pump for a gallon, you would pay based on the amount of miles you put on your car. And so the provisions in the bill are to allow folks to opt into a pilot program, an experiment, basically, to see how it would work.
Scott Hardin with DFA confirms their motor vehicle team has also not received any outreach from the federal government requesting they plan implementation of a mileage-based fee. He goes on to say any move to create a nationwide fee based on mileage would have to be established through new, separate legislation. We would certainly alert Arkansans if we received any indication this is a possibility. so we can verify this claim is false. This pilot program is included in President Biden's infrastructure bill, but it's totally voluntary, so there is not a requirement to pay a mileage fee. The only way to create a nationwide mileage tax would be to pass a new bill.
It's not unusual for current and former presidents to wish supporters a happy holiday season. But an online postcard that shows former President Donald Trump in a tuxedo is raising a lot of eyebrows on social media. The card, which we're blurring because of its explicit nature, was retweeted thousands of times, including by some prominent people who are verified on Twitter. So let's verify. Is the Christmas card claiming to be from former President Trump real? Our sources are Getty Images, Photo Forensics, and the official Donald Trump merchandise store. The former president is selling holiday merchandise on his website, and his Save America website links to this card, which is not the card that's going viral. No one within the Trump organization has shared the doctored card, and his spokesperson confirmed to PolitiFact it was fake. So, no, the Christmas card claiming to be from former President Trump is not real. Verify traced the original image back to 2019 when former President Trump met Queen Elizabeth. An analysis using photo forensic software showed the former president's tuxedo was edited to make part of the explicit imagery. Many of those who shared the card have since deleted their post. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. So if you've been asked to receive a package from a stranger and ship it to someone else, don't do it. It's time for a security alert sponsored by LifeLock. Reshipping scams are trending, and victims are unaware that they're breaking the law by transporting stolen merchandise. Now, scammers target victims through job and dating sites and convince them, receive my packages, it's fine, but they're illegal. If you received a package that you suspect might be a reshipping scam, do not send it to another address, report it immediately, because seriously, this is a very, very hefty crime. LifeLock keeps you and your digital identity secure from cyber criminals. Call 1-800-419-0131 or visit lifelock.com to learn more.
I always wonder who gets in these scams because being from New York, I'm skeptical of everybody.
You don't trust
and
me?
Everything. But I guess, you know, it just is what it is. You can get scammed easily these days.
No packages, huh? DBL's new every day. We'll see you Monday. Same time, same place. Be safe. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.
Earlier this year, the USDA found COVID-19 in deer tested in 4 states, and other researchers found deer with COVID-19 antibodies elsewhere. Now, some health officials suggest hunters wear a mask while handling and cleaning carcasses. That prompted some questions about whether hunting deer and eating their meat is safe. So, let's verify. Are there any documented cases of humans getting COVID-19 from deer? Our sources are the USDA, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Wisconsin Department of Health, and several veterinarians. While researchers found COVID-19 antibodies in deer, they're still not sure how the animals were exposed. The CDC says COVID-19 can spread from people to susceptible animal species, but the USDA says it's not known whether the virus was spread to deer directly from human contact or through another animal. The same goes for other animals, like those in some zoos that have tested positive for COVID-19.
Things like that we're going to see here and there, but so far the evidence is that animals don't transmit COVID to humans.
That's because doctors say the spike protein within COVID-19 doesn't bind well to animals, so they may not have enough of the virus to transmit it back to humans.
There haven't been any reported cases of COVID-19 transmission from an animal to a human because the virus doesn't really want to infect the other species in the first place.
The CDC also says there's no evidence you can get COVID-19 from preparing or eating food, including wild hunted game meat. The Wisconsin Department of Health recommends hunters wear a mask and gloves and avoid eating, drinking, or smoking.
Here's what we're talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
The verdict is in. Jussie Smollett is guilty. We're chatting with a legal expert on the possible jail time he could face. Did Pope Francis say cheating on your partner isn't that serious? We debate. Does he have a point, or is he completely in the wrong? Travis Scott breaks his silence after the deadly Astro World Festival, why he says he shouldn't be held responsible. And another round of Who Said It? Can you guess which DBL host said this?
I don't want to walk your pig.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham. No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here, drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. It is Friday, December 10th. I'm Sam here with Al, Jeff, and Erica. All right, so Jussie Smollett has been found guilty for staging an attack on himself. Now, a jury convicted Jussie of disorderly conduct for making fake reports to police after he claimed he was a victim of a hate crime. But the jury sided with the Osundaro brothers, who said Jussie hired them to stage the attack. Now, after the verdict, Special Prosecutor Dan Webb said Jussie only hurt his case by testifying on the stand. Listen to what Jussie had to say.
Now that he's compounded his wrongdoing by lying to a jury, which they've obviously determined from the verdict today, he's compounded his misconduct in this city, and we'll let the judge decide what to do.
So we do have, first let me read this. The charge comes with a prison sentence of up to 3 years. The defense said it would appeal. So, of course, to talk more about this, we've got legal expert. We are joined by former prosecutor, veteran trial attorney, and, of course, friend of the show, Mark Eigler. So good to see you, Mark. How are you?
What's up? What's up?
I'm choosing to be wonderful, and it's great to see all of you.
Oh, well, you're always wonderful in my books, Mark. Don't read into that. Okay. Okay, so Mark, what are your thoughts on what the special prosecutor said about Jussie taking the stand? And in your legal opinion, while you were watching, do you believe it hurt his case?
Okay, it didn't hurt his case because his case was going to be a loser anyway. He needed to take his acting chops and try to save his you-know-what, and he couldn't do it. So he had to testify. Where I agree with the prosecutor is that he compounded the harm that he did to himself and everybody else by taking the witness stand and lying. So I think that the judge should consider that when he's deciding what appropriate sentence he should dole out.
So while we're talking about that statement, because that statement read to me, compounding it, as if had he not taken the stand, then perhaps he could have been facing probation or some lesser charges. But because he took the stand and essentially perjured himself, possibly, that he could actually see jail time. So, of course, the city of Chicago is asking him to pay $130,000 back for the cost of the investigation. So do you think he'll see jail time, and do you think him taking the stand has something to do with that?
Okay, so I never think a defendant should be punished for exercising their cherished constitutional rights to testify. What I think he should be punished for is, number one, wasting thousands of hours of precious law enforcement resources, having them deal with his fraud, as opposed to dealing with the violence that's in their city to be investigated, wasting millions of dollars of law enforcement resources, and worst, here's what bothers me the most. Future victims will unnecessarily have their words scrutinized, more so because of what he did. And I challenge you, Erica, I challenge Samantha, I challenge all of you to come up with a set of facts for disorderly conduct for which he's charged that are worse than what he's done. So if the legislators think 3 years in prison is appropriate under certain circumstances when you're convicted of this offense, you tell me why this case isn't that case.
Well, that's going to lead right into my question, because, you know, disorderly conduct is normally a slap on the wrist.
Right.
So maybe the prosecution needs to say what you just said to get him jail time. What do you think the judge will need to hear to say this isn't going to be a slap on the wrist this time? This was so egregious, you might see jail time. And if so, how much do you predict?
So everything I just said, add to the following argument that the prosecutor should make. And that includes, but not limited to, this guy doesn't seem to get it. His ego is not his amigo. He's so arrogant and doesn't accept his guilt, and worse, thumbs his nose at the system. Judge, if there's ever someone who needs prison time, it's this guy.
And Jeff, I know you have a question. I have to ask this really quickly. What would you have said if Jesse came to you with this case? Would you have told him to even go to court with this, or would you say this is embarrassing, you need to settle? Just from a lawyer, like, what would you have told him?
I would tell him what I tell my other clients when the evidence seems to be overwhelming and he seems like the only person in the room who thinks that he's going to walk. I show him the hard facts. I explain to him, look, I've been doing this 30 years in spite of my youthful appearance. I've tried over 150 jury trials, and I think you were not framed like the Mona Lisa like you're alleging. I think that you are going to be found guilty. That said, if you want your day in court, there's nobody better than me, and I'll give you your day in court. But I try to convince them that it's in their best interest to resolve it short of risking their liberty, because now he's facing some real time.
All right, Mark, let's switch gears. I wanted to get this in with Ghislaine Maxwell trial. I'm so far down the rabbit hole on this case, maybe too far with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to get your take so far. But the question I want to ask you personally, Mark, is if there was smoke, meaning presidents, princesses, other important people, would we have known by now? Would have Ghislaine taken that and used it in her defense?
No. This is somebody who wants to win this outright. We also don't know that the prosecutors want to value what she's saying. Think about it. If someone's indicted because of her word, let's say I'm representing that person, I will destroy her. I will make her look like the liar that she is. She'll say her father or mother was involved just to get herself out of this. That's how much time she's facing. So her value to the public is a little bit, I don't know, inflated. I don't know that she has the value, especially because she's professed her innocence from day one.
Hey, Mark, given the fact that, you know, you're in Florida, you were practicing this whole time in Miami while, you know, we all have heard of this story, right, the Jeffrey Epstein story recently. But when you were there, did you hear a lot of inklings about it just because you're within that whole justice system over there?
Yes. And the rumblings that you're hearing, both in the media and in the legal world, is what an amazing outcome that guy got. Wow. Epstein avoided extensive prison time, at least initially, on the deal that he got. Wow. I want that lawyer. And unfortunately, I wasn't involved in the case. But it sends a message that it's, you know, we live in a capitalistic society, and who has money buys the best lawyers, and those best lawyers have the best access and can persuade prosecutors to give the best deals. He got an unbelievable deal initially.
I was going to
go for it. Yeah, I have a million conspiracy questions. Maybe we should stick to the facts.
Well, this happened today, and this might interest you as well. They said that the prosecution, their fourth and final kind of star witness, did not testify today against Ghislaine. Do you think that's going to further aid her, or maybe that'll be what kind of gets her off the hook in this situation?
It ain't getting her off the hook. She's going to be found guilty. If the prosecution didn't call that witness, it's because the prosecution felt, you know what, we've proven our case. We don't need to. Or that witness, for whatever reason, wasn't going to cooperate still. But my guess is that the type of testimony, void of any bias, motive, or true interest in wanting to lie, shows how much she hurt them. These people, I think, are compelling, and I think this is a guilty verdict just ready to happen.
Mark, one more conspiracy question. I gotta squeeze it in here. If there were people involved,
guys, please help him. Help him when we're done with this interview. Please help
I'm not interested in the law. I'm interested in fake facts. I want to know if there were high people involved and they did have some dirt. I know you know the story about how they were videotaping every room in Jeffrey Epstein's house. They have the ledgers from the planes. Would we have known by now? Would Ghislaine have come forward in her defense, or is that off the table now and that's just conspiracy moving forward?
No, let's play this out so we can make you happy, Jeff. Let's say she's convicted. She's facing decades in prison. That's going to be the time where she's going, oh, my God, this has been torture for me. I don't want to spend another day here. Tell the prosecutors we want to set down a meeting for a debriefing. Give me a queen for a day letter where nothing I say will be used against me again, and let me tell you everything. And then the prosecutors will determine whether what she's saying is of value. Can it be supported by the evidence? And then, Jeff, you get your fantasy. All these major people get convicted. Yay!
Let's do it. Let's throw a wrench in the world.
Oh my gosh! I never thought I'd hear Mark Eiglarsh and Jeff talking about fantasy.
I think we're gonna be me and you, Mark. We gotta go out one time.
I already said that you two are the same person.
He's just a little bit smarter. That's all.
You guys have the same hair too. Pretty similar hairstyles. You
All
both
right,
love
are we
Jason
done?
Mraz.
Are we done with the legal part? Are we done?
Yeah, we're all done with that.
Both in the same outfit.
But those are
It's too
facts,
much.
Mark. Those are
Okay.
facts.
Yeah. All right, Mark. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for
Absolutely.
joining us here at DBL. For more information on Mark and his law firm, go to speaktomark.com. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, man.
Coming up on
Thanks.
DBL, how did the Sex and the City reboot cause Peloton stock to tumble? We're going to talk all about the premiere. But first, we want to hear from you. Pope Francis says sex outside of marriage isn't that bad. We're going to chat about it after the break.
Closed captioning provided by
It's so.
Wait, what do you preface it a little
Okay, this is what I've heard on a podcast, but I did think it was
We're going down a
interesting.
conspiracy
Yes,
rabbit
but
hole.
I mean, there is some merit to this.
With
Because
Epstein.
we covered this story, actually. This is about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, when Kevin Spacey had
Made that
been
video.
House of Cards.
Oh,
he
right.
was kicked off of House of Cards, and then he did a weird video in his kitchen saying, "I want my job back." But he was
more
he
than
was
a
drinking
year
out
ago.
of a mug that had the Queen of England on it. And people are saying that was his way of signaling to Prince Albert or whatever that I
not
know.
Prince Albert.
Or what's his name?
Prince Andrew.
Prince Andrew.
No.
Albert's my name.
Or a piercing.
Or King Albert.
Yeah. Yes.
So you think that was him signaling?
That was his way of saying, if you guys let me go down for this, I know about you. Why would he be drinking out of that mug that has the Queen of England on it?
That's interesting.
You know,
No,
and
I
like,
think that's a stretch.
but no, but then clearly a picture of Prince Andrew is surfaces with one of the young women at his place.
That was like a year later.
But that was his way of saying, like, I know everything. Why would he be drinking out of
I
that
don't
mug?
think they know everything. I think Epstein and maybe one other person knew everything. And when they would bring people over, if they
wouldn't she
did
be the
bring
one other
certain
person?
celebrities over, I don't think they were super open about their dynamics.
Would that change your view if you found out, if we're on the ledger, because I'm not sure who was flying with who, but if Spacey was actually on a plane or at the island at the same time as Prince Andrew, would that change your mind?
Well, it would change my mind if how it is presented. Like, for instance, if these celebrities went to this island and they believed that these were like all women, even if I'll just tell you guys, I don't think
now you want to hear more.
Epstein told them his Welcome back to DBL. So how serious a sin is cheating or sex outside of marriage? Well, according to the Pope, it's not that serious. On a recent trip, the Pope said, quote, sins of the flesh are not the most serious. According to reports, he said worse sins include pride and hatred. So what do you think about what the Pope said? Is cheating not as serious as we thought, or does this type of talk just embolden cheaters?
I think there's a different context to the story. I don't think the Pope just got up there and he's like, hey, man, have fun this holiday season.
Do you know the context? Because I can tell you.
Yes, let's inform the audience on what it is, because I think people are just running wild with this story.
So he had I don't remember the exact title, but a French cleric.
I got all the facts.
A French cleric colleague of his was flirtatious with a woman. You know, I don't know the details about consent, non-consent, whatever, but he was flirtatious with a woman, and that's when the French cleric decided to resign, and that's when the question got brought up, and he was more so referring to that, not so much having a married couple cheat. Two totally different stories.
Absolutely. I'm glad you cleared that up. Al's not buying it.
It sounds like you're making up rules for your homie. Okay? And I'm going to tell you.
I never had sex.
I'm not, but I'm just saying, okay.
I was with them all night.
Yeah, exactly. Because, okay, let's say this was the workplace, right? And we have a very, like, you know, no Me Too, there's no flirty stuff. And then all of a sudden, somebody that's friends with our boss flirts with somebody here, and they go, well, they send a memo out to everybody going, well, flirting's not that bad. Like, no, we had a rule until it affected you and your friend. So I can't, look, and also, is anything more open in interpretation than the Bible? Like, no matter what he meant, everybody's gonna be like, that means you're supposed to cheat. That's what they want you to.
I'm just waiting because it might have happened already for that first guy to be like, honey, Paul said it.
It happened.
It happened already.
It happened already. That happened 30 seconds after that clip.
That guy's like, oh my God, you see what the Pope said? Baby, come in the room.
The most forwarded email ever. Yeah.
But that's why we need to provide context that it was never about an extramarital affair. Is when
you can't be like. This is the problem. Like, first of all, I know I grew up with a sin is a sin is a sin, whether people agree with that or not. That has been the memo. Now you're saying the memo has changed, but only in certain situations. Like, it just.
But it is different in certain situations. Flirting with a woman is a lot different than being married and having an affair with a woman. There are two totally different situations, and I think you need to have discernment in order to, you can't lump them together.
Yeah, but that part, they didn't get that into the Bible that we all got, all right? It just said you cannot do that. It wasn't like, oh, if you're married and this person, no.
It is married. Thou shalt not covet your
I know, but then you cannot. Yeah, but then there was no after. Sam added a lot of. There were some asterisks after that.
What do you mean?
You were giving a lot of space for like kind of micro cheating.
No, there's a lot of space.
Whoa. Cheating is not okay in my book.
Micro cheating.
I'm proud to say I've never cheated. I've never micro cheated.
A lot of people have micro cheated, not you.
I have never micro cheated. If
I think a lot of people have.
What is micro cheating? What is flirting? I need to know what this flirting entailed, because it feels like that kind of like everything but type of situation.
From what I'm being told, he gave her a massage.
Let Anthony give somebody a massage.
Was it an Epstein massage?
Massage is a massage. No, Erica, you know that there is no massage that is okay for somebody's spouse to give somebody else.
Well, I don't think he's married. He's married to God when you're a French cleric.
I don't think God wants that either. You cannot give somebody else. Yeah, that can't happen.
Right. All right.
Al breaks down the Bible. New series in 2022.
Coming up on DBL, Lindsay Granger is back from maternity leave. Yep, and you know we have to give her a warm DBL welcome. She joins us after the break.
However you're celebrating, make DBL a part of your holiday cheer.
I can tell she was feeling a little something. I tell you.
Blush for Alfonso Ribeiro.
It is the most wonderful time of the year.
Absolutely.
DBL is always all new every day.
On December 3rd, Mariah Carey's hit single, All I Want for Christmas Is You, was certified diamond by the Recording Industry Association of America, making it the first holiday single to earn the distinction. Carey's Christmas hit usually begins making its way up the music charts around late October, according to Last.fm listenership data from the past 3 years. But does that mean that the holiday hit gets the most plays on streaming apps during the Christmas season? Verify reached out to these sources to get an answer, and drum roll please, it's true. All I Want for Christmas Is You is the most streamed holiday song according to music streaming app data from Apple Music, Amazon Music, Billboard, Pandora, and Spotify. According to Amazon Music, global streams on their app for this song are up 46% in 2021 when compared to this time last year. It's also one of the most requested holiday songs on Amazon Music via Alexa so far this year. According to Spotify data, the song tops its Christmas hits list and is the most popular song on Carey's artist profile with nearly 1 billion streams overall. It's also my all-time favorite Christmas song, and I may or may not dance around the table to it every year with my family. With your Fast Fact, I'm Ariane Till.
Welcome back to DBL. You might have noticed a very special someone rejoined our show.
I'm back. Yes, I'm here.
Al and I are both back this week.
Lindsay is back, but before we ask her how her first week back went, let's take a look at her maternity leave.
Yeah.
Do we look alike? Yes or no? Do you look like me?
Kinsley was supposed to be part of this interview, but she's on her own schedule, and when she naps, I let her nap. So this is Kinsley napping while we do this interview. The last 3 months have been beautiful. I completely detached from social media and most things and just really spent time with Kinsley.
Let me tell y'all, these COVID babies are a different breed. This girl's sitting up. She's basically saying hello. You know, she's grabbing a bottle. Girl's holding the bottle.
She's holding the bottle.
This is not normal. It can't be. You know, we're out here by ourselves. And so to be able to have a DBL family, to be able to lean on them and ask them for help and not feel weird about it.
Right.
It helps out a lot.
Right.
Thank you guys.
I'm passing her dad.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm passing her dad. I can't do this whole interview holding the baby. You were born like 10 pounds and now you're like, I'm not even gonna say.
Y'all wanna see Kinsley?
Look, she's sleeping. Leave my baby alone.
Oh, Lindsay,
oh my goodness.
Honey, you shine as a mama.
Thank you. You know what? It's just the craziest thing. Like, you know, this week I barely got any sleep, but like I see her every morning and I'm like, I don't know. I just love her so much. It's hard to explain to you guys. You know,
it makes sense.
You have this baby. I look at her. I'm like, oh my God, you're mine. Like, you're my baby. I didn't want to cry. They didn't let me watch this piece beforehand. Yeah. All of a sudden, I'm like super emotional person. But it's just, and I really do want to say I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate Lisa, our big boss. I appreciate Bert. You guys really gave me the space to like have this baby the peaceful way that I wanted to. And everybody has reached out and Jeff, you give me advice. Erica, you came over and helped me immediately. Al, she brought me the best cupcakes in the world.
That was my girl, but yes.
Just talk to me about it. And you guys, Sam, you just shared like all the mommy advice for me and gave her so many clothes. I mean, it just is just crazy. You know, I had a ton of different emotions last year, just like, what am I doing with my life? What's going on? And, you know, when you have a kid, it's just like, this is what I'm doing with my life. I'm just going to work harder to be a better mom and just be an awesome mom for her. And it's this beautiful thing that I can't describe. And I said this, anybody who wants to have a kid, I really wish them the experience that I had, not only at work, but just beyond that, just with happiness surrounding you and be able to build like a bubble intentionally to be as happy as you want and bring your kid into the world the way you want.
That's beautiful.
Kinsley is one lucky girl, let me tell you. You and Colin shine as parents. It's really heartwarming.
I'll just say this really quickly. My girl and I went to Vail for the first time. It was our first time ever. And you know, normally you want to run around and do the tourist things, but as soon as we parked our car, her first thought was like, let's get Kinsley.
Oh yeah, put her
yeah, and felt like my first trip to Vail will be like, you know, just running around grabbing gifts and like her finding cute stuff and stuff I wouldn't, but it's just like babies bring so much love into the world that even though we weren't even with you guys, we were thinking about you and we're just so proud and just, it's a beautiful thing to watch. So
Thank
we
you.
love you.
I love you guys. I appreciate all you guys. I love you guys.
We appreciate you, girl.
Oh, we love you, Lindsay. Welcome back.
We'll
be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Plenty of questions have come out of the more than 2,000-page infrastructure bill. One THV11 Verify viewer asked, is it true there is some sort of driving tax or fee that you'll have to pay each year based on your vehicle's mileage and how much you've driven that year included in President Biden's Build Back Better plan? This claim and similar ones have made their rounds all over social media. So let's verify. Our sources, the bill itself, Michelle Nellenbach from the Bipartisan Policy, and Scott Hardin with the Arkansas Department of Finance and Administration. Under Section 13,002, it states the National Motor Vehicle Per Mile User Fee pilot program is completely voluntary. The first objective of the program is to test the design, acceptance, implementation, and financial sustainability of a National Motor Vehicle Per Mile User Fee.
So instead of paying at the pump for a gallon, you would pay based on the amount of miles you put on your car. And so the provisions in the bill are to allow folks to opt into a pilot program, an experiment, basically, to see how it would work.
Scott Harden with DFA confirms their motor vehicle team has also not received any outreach from the federal government requesting they plan implementation of a mileage-based fee. He goes on to say any move to create a nationwide fee based on mileage would have to be established through new, separate legislation. We would certainly alert Arkansans if we received any indication this is a possibility. So we can verify this claim is false. This pilot program is included in President Biden's infrastructure bill, but it's totally voluntary, so there is not a requirement to pay a mileage fee. The only way to create a nationwide mileage tax would be to pass a new bill.
It's not unusual for current and former presidents to wish supporters a happy holiday season. But an online postcard that shows former President Donald Trump in a tuxedo is raising a lot of eyebrows on social media. The card, which we're blurring because of its explicit nature, was retweeted thousands of times, including by some prominent people who are verified on Twitter. So let's verify. Is the Christmas card claiming to be from former President Trump real? Our sources are Getty Images, Photo Forensics, and the official Donald Trump merchandise store. The former president is selling holiday merchandise on his website, and his Save America website links to this card, which is not the card that's going viral. No one within the Trump organization has shared the doctored card, and his spokesperson confirmed to PolitiFact it was fake. So, no, the Christmas card claiming to be from former President Trump is not real. Verify traced the original image back to 2019, when former President Trump met Queen Elizabeth. An analysis using photo forensic software showed the former president's tuxedo was edited to make part of the explicit imagery. Many of those who shared the card have since deleted their post. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our DBL mobile app. But if you're sticking around, here's what's coming up. Travis Scott sits down for his first interview since the Astroworld tragedy. We'll tell you why he is denying responsibility. And the Sex and the City reboot premiered last night and caused Peloton stocks to drop. We'll tell you why after the break.
Earlier this year, the USDA found COVID-19 in deer tested in 4 states, and other researchers found deer with COVID-19 antibodies elsewhere. Now, some health officials suggest hunters wear a mask while handling and cleaning carcasses. That prompted some questions about whether hunting deer and eating their meat is safe. So, let's verify. Are there any documented cases of humans getting COVID-19 from deer? Our sources are the USDA, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Wisconsin Department of Health, and several veterinarians. While researchers found COVID-19 antibodies in deer, they're still not sure how the animals were exposed. The CDC says COVID-19 can spread from people to susceptible animal species, but the USDA says it's not known whether the virus was spread to deer directly from human contact or through another animal. The same goes for other animals, like those in some zoos that have tested positive for COVID-19.
Things like that we're going to see here and there, but so far the evidence is that animals don't transmit COVID to humans.
That's because doctors say the spike protein within COVID-19 doesn't bind well to animals, so they may not have enough of the virus to transmit it back to humans.
There haven't been any reported cases of COVID-19 transmission from an animal to a human because the virus doesn't really want to infect the other species in the first place.
The CDC also says there's no evidence you can get COVID-19 from preparing or eating food, including wild hunted game meat. The Wisconsin Department of Health recommends hunters wear a mask and gloves and avoid eating, drinking, or smoking while handling deer carcasses out of an abundance of caution. So, no, there are no documented cases of humans getting COVID-19 from deer.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just
It's
stop.
finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Al, Erica, and Jeff. So Travis Scott is finally addressing the Astroworld tragedy for the very first time. The rapper sat down with radio host Charlamagne the God to tell his side of the story. Let's take a look.
And did you hear any of those screams?
Nah, man. And you know, it's so crazy because I'm that artist too. Like, you know, anytime you can hear something like that, you want to stop the show. You want to make sure, you know, fans get the proper attention they need, you know. I just didn't hear that. You know, I got music, I got my in-ears, but I just didn't hear that, you know?
All right, so what do you think, Al? Do you think he's taking responsibility? I know we're only seeing a clip.
I know whether he's taking responsibility or not, he's talking, and so he's automatically lost. I mean, how many times have we learned over and over again from doing just like true crime files? You don't talk to the police, you don't talk to the public. You let your lawyer do that. Having a lawyer isn't just something else that you have, it's there in place of your words. He should not have sat down for that interview. And a lot of times you sit down for interviews when you feel like you have nothing to hide. But that's not what the prosecution's going to be doing when he is sued. They're going to be looking to trip you up with your words. And here you've given them an hour of your words. Might not work out great, Kabi.
Yeah, I mean, he's currently facing billions of dollars in lawsuits. But again, we had this conversation when we were talking about Alec Baldwin. This is a calculated risk. Unlike the average person, yes, you would have your attorney, but these people have attorneys, crisis managers, who might not see eye to eye on some things in terms of like, can you get back out there? Are you able to make revenue? Are you able to make public appearances? A crisis manager might have a very different take than what an attorney has.
Right. They would tell you to do the Stephanopoulos interview or something to kind of warm yourself up.
Yeah, and I think what you said was great because if you're innocent, you're like, man, I'll tell you my story. I didn't mean for this to happen. But an attorney is going to twist those words around, just like in the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Right. One of the witnesses came in that's unnamed. She's like, well, Jeffrey walked in first and then Ghislaine. And then her statement to the jury, she said, Ghislaine walked in and then you're like, are you recalling the way things happen? Just because you put that out of order, everything he said in that interview is going to be used against him in court. I don't know if that's fair. We need to bring Mark Eiglarsh back and see if all of these charges, billions of dollars, Travis Scott is responsible for. I don't think so, but I don't know the answer to that.
I also think just like in the court of public opinion, even if his interview with Charlamagne the God was causes you empathy and you root for him, unfortunately, in this day and age, you only will see a little snippet on social media. Nobody's going to take the time to watch the entire contextual interview, and that I think people are going to have to think moving forward. 10 years ago, I would actually say go do an interview because everyone's going to tune in to Barbara Walters. They're going to watch the whole hour and then you get the full picture. We're never going to get the full picture ever unless you sit down and watch it yourself. All right, so just like that, Peloton has crashed. The Sex and the City reboot premiere last night sent the exercise company tumbling this week. For those who haven't watched the new show, don't worry, we're not going to reveal too many spoilers. But there is a shocking scene that has put Peloton on blast. The scene in question shows a beloved character dying after working out on the popular home exercise bike. Peloton said they knew their product was going to be featured in the show, but they had no idea it was involved in a character's death. Following the backlash, the company released a statement saying, quote, riding their Peloton bike may have even helped delay their cardiac event, and we have actually censored that statement a bit because we don't want to spoil it for you. Do you think it was fair, Erica, for them to use Peloton in a way that could, I mean, it's costing them money. Their stock has now plummeted.
I was shocked.
Really?
I was shocked. and so disappointed. And then that was my first thought. I'm like, Peloton could not have known how their product was going to be, because it's not only that the Peloton product, like clearly the set was set up to feature Peloton, like how it's meant to be used. So there was even like a clip of the instructor, and it seemed as though that clip was coming not from the screen of the bike, but it was coming from the actual studio. I could be wrong, but it's like Peloton clearly knew that they were going to play a part in this plot, but for them to do that.
Would you be upset if that was your company?
Yeah.
Do you think
I would feel hoodwinked?
I wouldn't. I think this is great marketing for them.
No, they're plummeted.
If you look right now at their stock, it's not past what it was. The same thing happened, remember, a year and a half ago when that woman did the Christmas commercial and everyone's like, they're shaming that woman. Dropped 10.5%, not 11. Went all the way back up after it plummeted. There was an actual death that was very tragic. Right. Dropped only 5%. This is a fictional character. This is how crazy people are, okay? It dropped 11%.
What's fictional about this character, Jeff?
Too much.
Tread very, very lightly.
I am. I will pedal very softly. But listen, I think this is great marketing. If you want the prince to die in Game of Thrones, you want that Starbucks cup right next to him? I'll take it. You know what I mean? People are going to be talking about it. People are going to associate Peloton with this series, and that's what you want.
But they're going to associate it negatively because they even had a real Peloton instructor.
If it's not 11%, I would buy hundreds. I'll buy $1,000 right now if it's not 11%.
It'll bounce back, you think?
I think it's already passed.
Oh, all right. Well, fans hoping to see Adele.
Notice how when I was talking about money, I'm like, $5.
Fans hoping to see Adele in Vegas next year may be draining their life savings to catch the superstar live on stage. Tickets for her 3-month residency have completely sold out. They were gone just 6 hours after going on sale. Prices ranged from $85 for the cheap seats to a whopping $5,000 for front row tickets, but you can still see Adele if you're willing to fork over a small fortune. Some buyers are reselling their tickets, pricing them from $2,000, are you ready for this, to $35,000. Wow. And first of all, her whole paycheck, if you break it down, because she's performing 3 nights a week, she's there for about 3 months, so it's like a $100 million paycheck.
$2 million a night.
Yes.
Good for her.
That's what she's worth.
Know,
Good for her.
That's what she's worth. I mean, they set a price based on how many, based on butts and seats, Erica. And this woman specializes in anywhere she is in the world, seats fill up. So there's always going to be a demand. And I know people will look and say, 5,000, 10,000, that's too much for a ticket. But how many people on this planet would say that Adele saved my life? That Adele like literally got me through my divorce, got me through. It's a different way to look at artists, and I think a lot of people.
You think average people are going to take $5,000 for their savings, or do you think only the top 1% are?
I think average people, just like the Super Bowl. I mean, there's a lot of corporations at the Super Bowl, but there are a lot of people that like, hey, me and my best friend been saving up for 3 years and we went.
Don't see it. Don't take 5,000, buy Peloton stock. Listen to Adele on the radio. Do yourself a favor.
Jeff's doing a financial segment.
Adele helped you get through some tough times.
Yeah, I love Adele. I would pay a premium to see Adele. I mean, hey, you got to pay people what they're worth. Now, the idea that it's $35,000 has nothing to do with Adele. That has to do with the greed of scalping.
Yeah.
I do have a hack, though. What you do is you wait for the show to start, right? Then you go on and purchase the tickets because the price goes down drastically. So we just did this. I took my brother and we sat courtside at the Nuggets Bulls game. I would not pay full price for courtside
So what,
seats.
you pull up to the venue, you wait out in the parking lot.
Right.
Go back on there. Wait till it started, and then boom, you get a steal.
You get the Oh,
Erica Cobb,
yeah, that's what you do. That's what you. That's
and
how you
pack yourself a lunch because it's expensive in there.
Okay, so now you may recall what Henry Winkler told us about all of his possessions, but if you don't, here's the clip.
I found out in the pandemic that I'm a hoarder. I have, I'm not kidding. I found boxes and boxes of memorabilia and swag from all the shows. And I thought, you know what? I've had them for 40 years. It's time now to share them with the world.
Wow. So the auction has ended, and you won't believe what some of Henry's Happy Days treasures sold for. So these cowboy boots, okay, sold for over $1,000. Check out these overalls. Some lucky Fonzie fan bid $14,000 $1,000 to take them home, but that doesn't even come close to the Fonz's complete outfit, including the classic leather jacket, which fetched 75 grand. And finally, Fonzie's motorcycle sold for an eye-watering $231,000. Wow.
Or 6 Adele tickets. Yeah. Yeah, that bike's nice.
Would you have wanted any of those items, or is there any item that you would want?
That jacket's pretty cool.
It is.
Like if you wore that out, what a conversation piece.
Would you constantly be like, do
for
it?
sure. You do that.
No, you do that.
What? That's your thing. I'm Christopher Walken.
Go, hey?
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
When do I do that?
I don't know. When you're trying to be the guy from 60
Oh,
Seconds.
yeah, that's different, though. Let's go. That's different from hey.
I think you're talking about Nicolas Cage, not the guy from 60 Seconds. But yeah,
no disrespect to
He's
Nicolas.
a great actor.
Is there any item that you would pay a couple grand for from like your favorite TV show?
That's a good question.
Oh gosh. That is such a loaded question. I don't know.
What about like a Wonder Woman outfit?
I really don't know. I can't think
What's
of
that
a single
show
thing.
with the Gabrielle Union you love? Is there something in there that's
Being Mary Jane?
Yeah, is there something in there that's like associates with the show?
Her house. Now
Okay,
I
all right.
live there.
That's different.
That's a good one.
Albert, what about you?
Oh, I want Bob Barker, Skinny Mike. Yeah.
The lollipop, like,
definitely.
Dum Dum
Yes,
Mike?
it's so iconic.
That is pretty cool.
It's like it still looks cool.
Wouldn't you rather have an item like a jacket or a mic or something like that than go see a show? Which one would you rather have?
I'd rather have an item. I'd put it in a little glass case. I like, you know me, I'm a collector.
Right.
I collect many things. So.
So you're a hoarder as well.
That's what it sounds like. But that's the way you framed it.
I purge.
It was a hoarding frame.
No, I purge, but I do hold on to specific items that I know will perhaps be my retirement fund one day. You know I have.
Do you keep the stubs from when you and your husband went on a
keeps
date?
terrible dolls at her house. She thinks that are going to appreciate in value. They're
They
worth
already
like
have.
$27.
That's not true.
Sam,
One of
we
my
looked at
dolls
this
is worth
2 years ago.
$2,500. One of my dolls, my American Girl doll, is worth $2,500.
And
The
great-
original
if it's in-
1984.
If it's in good shape. That
She is in
doll,
good shape.
one
She's
eye's open,
one-
one shut. It's weird.
Okay. Coming up on DBL. No topic is off limits on DBL, and our conversations can turn pretty outrageous. We're playing a game called Who Said It Next? Play along at home with us.
Closed captioning provided by
Toss to the clip. We'll play the clip. You all will guess
Oh,
your
gotcha.
battle.
All right, we're ready.
Thank you.
All right, we ready? All right, so we're about to play Who Said It. Obviously, we got the paddles with all the panelists. I shouldn't have used too many P's in that. But I love playing games.
Okay.
Don't you?
I also love these photos.
Is that this year's photos? Yeah.
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 They're just really great photos. So we had our photos done by a photographer in Denver named Don Hills. I've shot with Don for over 12 years, and he's just amazing. Did such a great job.
Sam looks like a stock photo. You know what I mean? Like that you could use, like, if you... Doesn't Sam look like a stock photo? Like, it totally does. Where's Erica? Al's gonna make some kind of joke with that. Oh, that's dead on.
That's dead on.
If you saw Sam's photo on a dating profile, Al, what would you?
It looks fake.
No, you think I'm psycho,
You
which
look-
means something
you
else.
have a good stock photo. That's a good thing.
that has an inappropriate relationship with a student.
No, it doesn't.
Here.
Like if you're making like a character for a movie, you're like this girl is who?
I would say this
Oh,
girl.
you know
what I'm saying?
You're the bad person in a Hallmark movie, like the one that tries to steal the husband.
Oh
in
my
that
God.
headshot,
I do look a little vindictive here.
Did you,
I'm not.
did you
I
push
look like a
somebody
fourth
down?
grade teacher.
Yeah.
No,
you look like you pushed somebody down
You
in
look
high
like a
school
principal.
hallway.
I would never.
I look like a
wanna pick
principal.
someone up.
Yeah. Erica looks like a principal that doesn't take anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's too.
Al
the
looks
principal.
like an ad for a dentist commercial.
Yes,
This
I
is
can
an
see
ad
that.
for 1-800-DENTIST.
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 Welcome back to DBL. We can say
somebody's complimenting themselves.
Yes.
Okay.
I know who said that.
Yeah.
The audience doesn't.
We can say some pretty outrageous things on this panel. So we're going to play a little guessing game called Who Said It? We're going to hear a past quote and we'll guess which host said it. So let's play the first one. Here we go.
I don't want to walk your pig.
Well, I would think Al doesn't want to walk a pig.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Al,
I think
too.
we're like an exotic
that.
pet conversation.
Okay, so this line actually comes from a story we did about an Airbnb offering, animal experiences. Let's see who said it. You can even walk Amelia the pig around Ireland.
I don't want to walk your
amazing.
pig when I'm on vacation. You walk your own pig. Wow.
Yes.
I thought that was an Al thing.
You
Wow.
didn't explain that at all?
Well, I don't want to walk your pig when I'm on vacation. No, it doesn't make sense. I forgot I was on a vacation.
I would love to walk a pig on vacay. Okay,
Really?
so yes.
Oh, you want to go to a nice restaurant? No, I have to walk this pig.
Yeah. No, and then you're going to eat after. Okay.
Okay. Let's hear our next line.
I could beat Mario Brothers. I could beat Zelda.
Oh, I definitely can beat Mario Brothers and Zelda. Yeah.
I'm going to go with Sam.
Yeah, I was going to say Erica, but I don't think I've ever heard Erica talk about video games ever.
Ever.
So I'm going with Sam.
I know those games.
You know them? I'm familiar with Mario Brothers.
The line actually comes from a story we did on Blockbuster Video and our childhood memories of it. So let's see who said it. I would stay up all night, man.
Really?
Yeah. I could beat Mario Brothers. I could beat Zelda.
My face is like, what is happening?
You can add Mortal Kombat to that list. You can add Street Fighter 1, Street Fighter 2 to that list.
You cannot beat Street Fighter.
You can, yes, I can.
No,
did you?
Yes.
I will quit this job if I see you beat Street Fighter. There's
I will
no
play
way.
you on Street Fighter. I will.
If I lose to you, okay,
well,
we'll
who's
put our
your
charities
person?
on the line.
Who is your person? Because there's one character, depending who I play, can beat my character. Who do you play?
I use E Honda, the sumo wrestler.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's my dude.
Okay, you're going down. You're going down. Big
my
time.
dude. Yeah.
I want to see that.
Big time. Okay, let's hear who our next line is from.
You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes.
Oh, that's Erica.
Oh, yes.
Erica
Without a
always
doubt.
has the best one-liners.
Every time.
That should be the title of your book.
She's got a couple titles.
Oh my God.
She's got a
Good
couple
ones.
titles.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see if we're right. Is it Erica? The line was said during a segment when we were talking about, COVID freakouts. Let's see.
You play stupid games,
there she
you get
is.
stupid prizes.
Oh, Erica with her one-liners.
That was a good one.
It's true, Erica. That's why I say you would be a good Denver, like if the franchise, the Housewives of whatever came to Denver, because your one-liners.
But not good.
The Housewives of Denver.
Oh, she would be the
When we say
star.
like be on the show, not just on the show, you'd be the star
you
of the
would.
show.
Oh, okay. I'll be the star of the Denver House. I'll be the Kathy Hilton of Denver House.
You would be the Bethany Frankel, because I think people tune into Bethany not only because of like her entrepreneurship and all that, but her one-liners.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
Andy,
gotta
call
yap.
me.
Yeah, call her, Andy. Call her. All right, let's hear the next line.
I don't like a man with a tattoo at the hip bone. It's weird. I don't like that.
I think that's Sam.
Al?
I think it's you, Al.
I think that's Sam.
I think it's Al.
No, I don't remember saying that.
A tattoo at the hip bone.
That's a weird place to put it. It seems like it would hurt.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, I'm
Let's-
going with Sammy on that one.
I wonder what the context is.
I know. Let's see.
I don't like that. That's weird. It's in a weird place. It's in a weird place.
You know what, Al?
I don't like a man with a tattoo at the hip bone. It's weird.
You know how I knew it was Al's? Because you always get specific. Instead of just being like, I don't like a man with a tattoo like on the abdomen, you have to be very specific.
Yeah, his went down to that weird bone that you only have when you have a six-pack. Every guy hates guys that have that. Like, wow, my stomach's never gonna look like that. But I don't like seeing a tattoo either.
Who did you put for yours?
I picked you for that
You
one.
did?
I thought that was you.
No. I like tattoos everywhere.
Okay.
Let's hear our last one.
Where your mind goes, energy flows.
Jeffrey?
That sounds like a Jeff.
It's Jeff.
That's Jeff.
I feel like that's a Jeff morning.
Jeff woke up with the mantras and came in. It's all about it.
When I was in the sauna that morning, for sure. Yeah, I listen to all these positive things.
Yeah,
I take pictures sometimes in there, and I'm like, I'm not going to read this when I get to the show. But in the moment, I'm like, I'm going to knock them dead with this quote. That's great.
Let's see if we're right. Let's see.
To each their own. Like where your mind goes, energy flows, and you could put power into an object, into a rock.
He was still at home, so he had just stepped out of the sauna and straight on to set.
Yeah.
I was laughing because you and Mark Eiglarsh are, that's exactly something that Mark Eiglarsh would say. You two are two peas in a pod. Yeah, you are. I'm getting the winner. The winner is three-way tie. Sam, Erica, Jeff. You lost.
How did I lose?
You lost.
I think you just made that up.
No, I didn't. I repeated what the producers told me to.
In my mind, I have to think you made
Do we
that
get
up.
checks like Jeff did? No. We'll be right back.
Just as long as ours clear.
We all know that.
However you're celebrating, make DBL a part of your holiday cheer.
I can tell she was feeling something.
Blush for Alfonso Ribeiro.
This is the most wonderful time of the year.
Absolutely.
DBL is always all new every day.
On December 3rd, Mariah Carey's hit single, All I Want for Christmas Is You, was certified diamond by the Recording Industry Association of America, making it the first holiday single to earn the distinction. Carey's Christmas hit usually begins making its way up the music charts around late October, according to Last.fm listenership data from the past 3 years. But does that mean that the holiday hit gets the most plays on streaming apps during the Christmas season? Verify reached out to these sources to get an answer, and drumroll please, it's true. All I Want for Christmas Is You is the most streamed holiday song according to music streaming app data from Apple Music, Amazon Music, Billboard, Pandora, and Spotify. According to Amazon Music, global streams on their app for this song are up 46% in 2021 when compared to this time last year. It's also one of the most requested holiday songs on Amazon Music via Alexa so far this year. According to Spotify data, the song tops its Christmas hits list and is the most popular song on Carey's artist profile with nearly 1 billion streams overall. It's also my all-time favorite Christmas song, and I may or may not dance around the table to it every year with my family. With your Fast Fact, I'm Ariane Till.
If you've been asked to receive a package from a stranger and ship it to someone else, do not do it. It's time for a security alert sponsored by LifeLock. Re-shipping scams are trending and victims are unaware they are breaking the law by transporting stolen merchandise. Scammers target victims through job and dating sites. If you received a package that you suspect might be a re-shipping scam, do not send it to another address. Report it immediately. LifeLock keeps you and your digital identity secure from cyber criminals. Call 1-800-419-0131 or visit lifelock.com to learn more. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Plenty of questions have come out of the more than 2,000-page infrastructure bill. One THV11 Verify viewer asked, is it true there is some sort of driving tax or fee that you'll have to pay each year based on your vehicle's mileage and how much you've driven that year, included in President Biden's Build Back Better plan? This claim and similar ones have made their rounds all over social media. So let's verify. Our sources, the bill itself, Michelle Nellenbach from the Bipartisan Policy, and Scott Hardin with the Arkansas Department of Finance and Administration. Under Section 13,002, it states the National Motor Vehicle Per Mile User Fee pilot program is completely voluntary. The first objective of the program is to test the design, acceptance, implementation, and financial sustainability of a National Motor Vehicle Per Mile User Fee.
So instead of paying at the pump for a gallon, you would pay based on the amount of miles you put on your car. And so the provisions in the bill are to allow folks to opt into a pilot program, an experiment, basically, to see how it would work.
Scott Harden with DFA confirms their motor vehicle team has also not received any outreach from the federal government requesting they plan implementation of a mileage-based fee. He goes on to say any move to create a nationwide fee based on mileage would have to be established through new, separate legislation. We would certainly alert Arkansans if we received any indication this is a possibility. So we can verify this claim is false. This pilot program is included in President Biden's infrastructure bill, but it's totally voluntary, so there is not a requirement to pay a mileage fee. The only way to create a nationwide mileage tax would be to pass a new bill.
It's not unusual for current and former presidents to wish supporters a happy holiday season. But an online postcard that shows former President Donald Trump in a tuxedo is raising a lot of eyebrows on social media. The card, which we're blurring because of its explicit nature, was retweeted thousands of times, including by some prominent people who are verified on Twitter. So let's verify. Is the Christmas card claiming to be from former President Trump real? Our sources are Getty Images, Photo Forensics, and the official Donald Trump merchandise store. The former president is selling holiday merchandise on his website, and his Save America website links to this card, which is not the card that's going viral. No one within the Trump organization has shared the doctored card, and his spokesperson confirmed to PolitiFact it was fake. So, no, the Christmas card claiming to be from former President Trump is not real. Verify traced the original image back to 2019, when former President Trump met Queen Elizabeth. An analysis using photo forensic software showed the former president's tuxedo was edited to make part of the explicit imagery. Many of those who shared the card have since deleted their post. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back to DBL. Before we go, some sad news. Guitarist Mike Nesmith has died. The Monkees guitarist got his start in the group in the 60s and even helped launch MTV. His family released a statement saying, "With infinite love, we announce that Michael Nesmith has passed away this morning in his home, surrounded by family, peacefully of natural causes." He was 78 years old. And we all remember him as the songwriter, the guitarist. I mean, an absolute legend.
Remember them on the Brady Bunch?
Yes.
That's how I first got introduced.
That's how you were first introduced to them.
Yeah.
Many of us.
This is Davy Jones.
Yeah. I don't remember that part.
Yeah, they call the whatever.
Bye.
Earlier this year, the USDA found COVID-19 in deer tested in 4 states, and other researchers found deer with COVID-19 antibodies elsewhere. Now, some health officials suggest hunters wear a mask while handling and cleaning carcasses. That prompted some questions about whether hunting deer and eating their meat is safe. So, let's verify. Are there any documented cases of humans getting COVID-19 from deer? Our sources are the USDA, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Wisconsin Department of Health, and several veterinarians. While researchers found COVID-19 antibodies in deer, they're still not sure how the animals were exposed. The CDC says COVID-19 can spread from people to susceptible animal species, but the USDA says it's not known whether the virus was spread to deer directly from human contact or through another animal. The same goes for other animals, like those in some zoos that have tested positive for COVID-19.
Things like that we're going to see here and there, but so far the evidence is that animals don't transmit COVID to humans.
That's because doctors say the spike protein within COVID-19 doesn't bind well to animals, so they may not have enough of the virus to transmit it back to humans.
There haven't been any reported cases of COVID-19 transmission from an animal to a human because the virus doesn't really want to infect the other species in the first place.
The CDC also says there's no evidence you can get COVID-19 from preparing or eating food, including wild hunted game meat. The Wisconsin Department of Health recommends hunters wear a mask and gloves and avoid eating, drinking, or smoking while handling deer carcasses out of an abundance of caution. So, no, there are no documented cases of humans getting COVID-19 from deer.
Here's what we're talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
The verdict is in. Jussie Smollett is guilty. We're chatting with a legal expert on the possible jail time he could face. Did Pope Francis say cheating on your partner isn't that serious? We debate. Does he have a point, or is he completely in the wrong? Travis Scott breaks his silence after the deadly Astro World Festival, why he says he shouldn't be held responsible. And another round of Who Said It? Can you guess which DBL host said this?
I don't want to walk your pig.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No.
Just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. It is Friday, December 10th. I'm Sam here with Al, Jeff, and Erica. All right, so Jussie Smollett has been found guilty for staging an attack on himself. Now, a jury convicted Jussie of disorderly conduct for making fake reports to police after he claimed he was a victim of a hate crime. But the jury sided with the Osundaro brothers, who said Jussie hired them to stage the attack. Now, after the verdict, Special Prosecutor Dan Webb said Jussie only hurt his case by testifying on the stand. Listen to what Jussie had to say.
Now that he's compounded his wrongdoing by lying to a jury, which they've obviously determined from the verdict today, he's compounded his misconduct in this city, and we'll let the judge decide what to do.
So we do have, first let me read this. The charge comes with a prison sentence of up to 3 years. The defense said it would appeal. So, of course, to talk more about this, we've got legal expert. We are joined by former prosecutor, veteran trial attorney, and, of course, friend of the show, Mark Eigler. So good to see you, Mark. How are you?
What's up? What's up?
I'm choosing to be wonderful, and it's great to see all of you.
Oh, well, you're always wonderful in my books, Mark. Don't read into that. Okay. Okay, so Mark, what are your thoughts on what the special prosecutor said about Jussie taking the stand? And in your legal opinion, while you were watching, do you believe it hurt his case?
Okay, it didn't hurt his case because his case was going to be a loser anyway. He needed to take his acting chops and try to save his you-know-what, and he couldn't do it. So he had to testify. Where I agree with the prosecutor is that he compounded the harm that he did to himself and everybody else by taking the witness stand and lying. So I think that the judge should consider that when he's deciding what appropriate sentence he should dole out.
So while we're talking about that statement, because that statement read to me, compounding it, as if had he not taken the stand, then perhaps he could have been facing probation or some lesser charges. But because he took the stand and essentially perjured himself, possibly, that he could actually see jail time. So, of course, the city of Chicago is asking him to pay $130,000 back for the cost of the investigation. So do you think he'll see jail time, and do you think him taking the stand has something to do with that?
Okay, so I never think a defendant should be punished for exercising their cherished constitutional rights to testify. What I think he should be punished for is, number one, wasting thousands of hours of precious law enforcement resources, having them deal with his fraud, as opposed to dealing with the violence that's in their city to be investigated, wasting millions of dollars of law enforcement resources, and worst, here's what bothers me the most, future victims will unnecessarily have their words scrutinized, more so because of what he did. And I challenge you, Erica, I challenge Samantha, I challenge all of you to come up with a set of facts for disorderly conduct for which he's charged that are worse than what he's done. So if the legislators think 3 years in prison is appropriate under certain circumstances when you're convicted of this offense, you tell me why this case isn't that case.
Well, that's going to lead right into my question because, you know, disorderly conduct is normally a slap on the wrist.
Right.
So maybe the prosecution needs to say what you just said to get him jail time. What do you think the judge will need to hear to say this isn't going to be a slap on the wrist this time? This was so egregious, you might see jail time. And if so, how much do you predict?
So everything I just said, add to the following argument that the prosecutor should make. And that includes, but not limited to, this guy doesn't seem to get it. His ego is not his amigo. He's so arrogant and doesn't accept his guilt. And worse, thumbs his nose at the system. Judge, if there's ever someone who needs prison time, it's this guy.
And Jeff, I know you have a question. I have to ask this really quickly. What would you have said if Jesse came to you with this case? Would you have told him to even go to court with this, or would you say this is embarrassing, you need to settle? Just from a lawyer, like, what would you have told him?
I would tell him what I tell my other clients when the evidence seems to be overwhelming and he seems like the only person in the room who thinks that he's going to walk. I show him the hard facts. I explain to him, look, I've been doing this 30 years in spite of my youthful appearance. I've tried over 150 jury trials, and I think you were not framed like the Mona Lisa like you're alleging. I think that you are going to be found guilty. That said, if you want your day in court, there's nobody better than me, and I'll give you your day in court. But I try to convince them that it's in their best interest to resolve it short of risking their liberty, because now he's facing some real time.
All right, Mark, let's switch gears. I wanted to get this in with Ghislaine Maxwell trial. I'm so far down the rabbit hole on this case, maybe too far with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to get your take so far. But the question I want to ask you personally, Mark, is if there was smoke, meaning presidents, princesses, other important people, would we have known by now? Would have Ghislaine taken that and used it in her defense?
No. This is somebody who wants to win this outright. We also don't know that the prosecutors want to value what she's saying. Think about it. If someone's indicted because of her word, let's say I'm representing that person, I will destroy her. I will make her look like the liar that she is. She'll say her father or mother was involved just to get herself out of this. That's how much time she's facing. So her value to the public is a little bit, I don't know, inflated. I don't know that she has the value, especially because she's professed her innocence from day one.
Hey, Mark, given the fact that, you know, you're in Florida, you were practicing this whole time in Miami while, you know, we all have heard of this story, right, the Jeffrey Epstein story recently. But when you were there, did you hear a lot of inklings about it just because you're within that whole justice system over there?
Yes. And the rumblings that you're hearing, both in the media and in the legal world, is what an amazing outcome that guy got. Wow. Epstein avoided extensive prison time, at least initially, on the deal that he got. Wow. I want that lawyer. And unfortunately, I wasn't involved in the case. But it sends a message that it's, you know, we live in a capitalistic society, and who has money buys the best lawyers, and those best lawyers have the best access and can persuade prosecutors to give the best deals. He got an unbelievable deal initially.
I was going to
go for it. Yeah, I have a million conspiracy questions. Maybe we should stick to the facts.
Well, this happened today, and this might interest you as well. They said that the prosecution, their fourth and final kind of star witness, did not testify today against Ghislaine. Do you think that's going to further aid her, or maybe that'll be what kind of gets her off the hook in this situation?
It ain't getting her off the hook. She's going to be found guilty. If the prosecution didn't call that witness, it's because the prosecution felt, you know what, we've proven our case. We don't need to. Or that witness, for whatever reason, wasn't going to cooperate still. But my guess is that the type of testimony, void of any bias, motive, or true interest in wanting to lie, shows how much she hurt them. These people, I think, are compelling, and I think this is a guilty verdict just ready to happen.
Mark, one more conspiracy question. I got to squeeze it in here. If there were people involved,
Guys, please help him. Help him when we're done with this interview. Please help
I'm not
him.
interested
Go
in the
ahead.
law. I'm interested in fake facts. I want to know if there were high people involved and they did have some dirt. I know you know the story about how they're videotaping every room in Jeffrey Epstein's house. They have the ledgers from the planes. Would we have known by now? Would Ghislaine have come forward in her defense, or is that off the table now and that's just conspiracy moving forward?
No, let's play this out so we can make you happy, Jeff. Let's say she's convicted. She's facing decades in prison. That's going to be the time where she's going, oh my God, this has been torture for me. I don't want to spend another day here. Tell the prosecutors we want to set down a meeting for a debriefing. Give me a queen for a day letter where nothing I say will be used against me again. And let me tell you everything. And then the prosecutors will determine whether what she's saying is of value. Can it be supported by the evidence? And then, Jeff, you get your fantasy. All these major people get convicted. Yay!
Let's do it. Let's throw a wrench in the world.
Oh my gosh! I never thought I'd hear Mark Eiglarsh and Jeff talking about fantasy.
I think we're gonna be me and you, Mark. We gotta go out one time.
I already said that you two are the same person.
He's just a little bit smarter. That's all.
You guys have the same hair too. Pretty similar hairstyles. You
All
both
right,
love
are we
Jason
done?
Mraz.
Are we done with the legal part? Are we done?
Yeah, we're all done with that.
Both in the same outfit.
But those are
Too
facts,
much.
Mark. Those are
Okay.
facts.
Yeah. All right, Mark. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for
Absolutely.
joining us here at DBL. For more information on Mark and his law firm, go to speaktomark.com. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, man.
Coming
Take
up
care.
on
Thanks.
DBL, how did the Sex and the City reboot cause Peloton stock to tumble? We're going to talk all about the premiere. But first, we want to hear from you. Pope Francis says sex outside of marriage isn't that bad. We're going to chat about it after the break.
Closed captioning provided by
It's so easy.
Wait, what are you? You preface it a little
Okay, this is what I've heard on a podcast, but I did think it was.
We'll go down
interesting.
to conspiracy.
Yes,
rabbit
but
hole.
I mean there is some merit to this
With
because
Epstein.
we covered this story actually. This is about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, when Kevin Spacey had
Made that
been
video.
House of Cards.
Oh,
he
right.
was kicked off of House of Cards, and then he did a weird video in his kitchen saying, "I want my job back." But he was drinking out of a mug that had the Queen of England on it. And people are saying that was his way of signaling to Prince Albert or whatever that I
not
know.
Prince Albert.
Or what's his name?
Prince Andrew.
Prince Andrew.
No.
Albert's my name.
Or a piercing.
Or King Albert.
Yeah. Yes.
So you think that was him signaling?
That was his way of saying, if you guys let me go down for this, I know about you. Why would he be drinking out of that mug that has the Queen of England on it?
That's interesting.
You know,
No,
and
I
like,
think that's a stretch.
but no, but then clearly a picture of Prince Andrew surfaces with one of the young women at his place.
That was like a year later.
But that was his way of saying, like, I know everything. Why would he be drinking out of
I
that
don't
mug?
think they know everything. I think Epstein and maybe one other person knew everything. And when they would bring people over, if
Wouldn't
they
she
did
be the
bring
one other
certain
person?
celebrities over, I don't think they were super open about their dynamics.
Would that change your view if you found out, if we're on the ledger, because I'm not sure who was flying with
Right.
who, but if Spacey was actually on a plane or at the island at the same time as Prince Andrew, would that change your mind?
Well, it would change my mind if how it is presented. Like, for instance, if these celebrities went to this island and they believed that these were like all women, even if I'll
They-
just tell you
yeah.
guys, I don't
Ooh,
think
now you want to hear more.
However you're celebrating, make DBL a part of your holiday cheer.
I can tell she was feeling something.
Blush for Alfonso Ribeiro.
It is the most wonderful time of the year.
Absolutely.
DBL is always all new every day. Welcome back to DBL. So how serious a sin is cheating or sex outside of marriage? Well, according to the Pope, it's not that serious. On a recent trip, the Pope said, quote, sins of the flesh are not the most serious. According to reports, he said worse sins include pride and hatred. So what do you think about what the Pope said? Is cheating not as serious as we thought, or does this type of talk just embolden cheaters?
I think there's a different context to the story. I don't think the Pope just got up there and he's like, hey, man, have fun this holiday season.
Do you know the context? Because I can tell you.
Yes, let's inform the audience on what it is, because I think people are just running wild with this story.
So he had I don't remember the exact title, but a French cleric.
I got all the facts.
A French cleric colleague of his was flirtatious with a woman. You know, I don't know the details about consent, non-consent, whatever, but he was flirtatious with a woman, and that's when the French cleric decided to resign, and that's when the question got brought up, and he was more so referring to that, not so much having a married couple cheat. Two totally different stories.
Absolutely. I'm glad you cleared that up. Al's not buying
it. Sounds like you're making up rules for your homie. Okay? And I'm going to tell you.
Never had sex.
I'm not, but I'm just saying, okay.
I was with them all night.
Yeah, exactly. Because, okay, let's say this was the workplace, right? And we have a very, like, you know, no Me Too, there's no flirty stuff. And then all of a sudden, somebody that's friends with our boss flirts with somebody here, and they go, well, they send a memo out to everybody going, well, flirting's not that bad. Like, no, we had a rule until it affected you and your friend. So I can't, look, and also, is anything more open in interpretation than the Bible? Like, no matter what he meant, everybody's gonna be like, that means you're supposed to cheat. That's what they want you to.
I'm just waiting because it might have happened already for that first guy to be like, honey, the Pope said it.
It happened.
It happened already.
It happened already. That happened 30 seconds after that clip.
That guy's like, oh my God, you see what the Pope said? Baby, come in the room.
The most forwarded email ever. Yeah.
But that's why we need to provide context that it was never about an extramarital affair. Is when
you can't be like this is the problem. Like, first of all, I know I grew up with a sin is a sin is a sin, whether people agree with that or not. That has been the memo. Now you're saying the memo has changed, but only in certain situations. Like, it just
but it is different in certain situations. Flirting with a woman is a lot different than being married and having an affair with a woman. There are two totally different situations, and I think you need to have discernment in order to, you can't lump them together.
Yeah, but that part, they didn't get that into the Bible that we all got, all right? It just said you cannot do that. It wasn't like, oh, if you're married and this person, no.
It is married. Thou shalt not covet your
I know,
neighbor's
but then
wife.
you
It's
cannot.
married.
Yeah, but then there was no after. Sam added a lot of. There were some asterisks after that.
What do you mean?
You were giving a lot of space for like kind of micro cheating.
No, there's a lot of space.
Whoa. Cheating is not okay in my book.
Micro cheating.
I'm proud to say I've never cheated. I've never micro cheated.
A lot of people have micro cheated, not you.
I have never micro cheated. If
I think a lot of people have.
What is micro cheating? What is flirting? I need to know what this flirting entailed, because it feels like that kind of like everything but type of situation.
From what I'm being told, he gave her a massage.
Let Anthony give somebody a massage.
Was it an Epstein massage?
Massage is a massage. No, Erica, you know that there is no massage that is okay for somebody's spouse to give somebody else.
Well, I don't think he's married. He's married to God when you're a French cleric.
I don't think God wants that either. You cannot give somebody else. Yeah, that can't happen.
Right. All right.
Al breaks down the Bible. New series in 2022.
Coming up on DBL, Lindsay Granger is back from maternity leave. Yep, and you know we have to give her a warm DBL welcome. She joins us after the break.
This was.
However you're celebrating, make DBL a part of your holiday cheer.
I can tell she's feeling something. I tell her.
Blush for Alfonso Girl.
This is the most wonderful time of the year.
Absolutely.
Yeah. DBL is always all new every day.
On December 3rd, Mariah Carey's hit single, All I Want for Christmas Is You, was certified diamond by the Recording Industry Association of America, making it the first holiday single to earn the distinction. Carey's Christmas hit usually begins making its way up the music charts around late October, according to Last.fm listenership data from the past 3 years. But does that mean that the holiday hit gets the most plays on streaming apps during the Christmas season? Verify reached out to these sources to get an answer, and drum roll please, it's true. All I Want for Christmas Is You is the most streamed holiday song according to music streaming app data from Apple Music, Amazon Music, Billboard, Pandora, and Spotify. According to Amazon Music, global streams on their app for this song are up 46% in 2021 when compared to this time last year. It's also one of the most requested holiday songs on Amazon Music via Alexa so far this year. According to Spotify data, the song tops its Christmas hits list and is the most popular song on Carey's artist profile with nearly 1 billion streams overall. It's also my all-time favorite Christmas song, and I may or may not dance around the table to it every year with my family. With your Fast Fact, I'm Ariane Till.
Welcome back to DBL. You might have noticed a very special someone rejoined our show.
I'm back. Yes, I'm here.
Elle and I are both back this week.
Lindsay is back, but before we ask her how her first week back went, let's take a look at her maternity leave.
Yeah.
Hello.
Do we look alike? Yes or no? Do you look like me?
Kinsley was supposed to be part of this interview, but she's on her own schedule, and when she naps, I let her nap. So this is Kinsley napping while we do this interview. The last 3 months have been beautiful. I completely detached from social media and most things and just really spent time with Kinsley.
Let me tell y'all, these COVID babies are a different breed. This girl's sitting up. She's basically saying hello. You know, she's grabbing a bottle. Girl's holding the bottle.
She's holding the bottle.
This is not normal. It can't be. You know, we're out here by ourselves. And so to be able to have a DBL family, to be able to lean on them and ask them for help and not feel weird about it.
Right.
It helps out a lot.
Right.
Thank you guys.
I'm passing it to her dad.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm passing it to her dad. I can't do this whole interview holding the baby. You were born like 10 pounds and now you're like, I'm not even gonna say.
Y'all wanna see Kinsley?
Look, she's sleeping. Leave my baby alone.
Oh, Lindsay,
oh my goodness.
Honey, you shine as a mama.
Thank you. You know what? It's just the craziest thing. Like, you know, this week I barely got any sleep, but like I see her every morning and I'm like, I don't know, I just love her so much. It's hard to explain to you guys. You know,
it makes sense.
You have this baby. I look at her, I'm like, oh my God, you're mine. Like, you're my baby. I didn't want to cry. They didn't let me watch this piece beforehand. Yeah. All of a sudden, I'm like super emotional person. But it's just, and I really do want to say I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate Lisa, our big boss. I appreciate Bert. You guys really gave me the space to like have this baby the peaceful way that I wanted to. And everybody has reached out and Jeff, you gave me advice. Erica, you came over and helped me immediately. Al, she brought me the best cupcakes in the world.
That was my girl, but yes.
Just talk to me about it. And you guys, Sam, you just shared like all the mommy advice for me and gave her so many clothes. I mean, it just is just crazy. You know, I had a ton of different emotions last year, just like, what am I doing with my life? What's going on? And, you know, when you have a kid, it's just like, this is what I'm doing with my life. I'm just going to work harder to be a better mom and just be an awesome mom for her. And it's this beautiful thing that I can't describe. And I said this, anybody who wants to have a kid, I really wish them the experience that I had, not only at work, but just beyond that, just with happiness surrounding you and be able to build like a bubble intentionally to be as happy as you want and bring your kid into the world the way you want.
That's beautiful.
Kinsley is one lucky girl, let me tell you. You and Colin shine as parents. It's really heartwarming.
I'll just say this really quickly. My girl and I went to Vail for the first time. It was our first time ever. And you know, normally you want to run around and do the tourist things, but as soon as we parked our car, her first thought was like, let's get Kinsley.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and felt like my first trip to Vail will be like, you know, just running around grabbing gifts and like her finding cute stuff and stuff I wouldn't, but it's just like babies bring so much love into the world that even though we weren't even with you guys, we were thinking about you, and we're just so proud, and just it's a beautiful thing to watch. So
Thank
we
you.
love you.
I love you guys. I appreciate all you guys. I love you guys.
We appreciate you, girl.
Oh, we love you, Lindsay. Welcome back.
The
We'll be right
best.
back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Winship.
Plenty of questions have come out of the more than 2,000-page infrastructure bill. One THV11 Verify viewer asked, is it true there is some sort of driving tax or fee that you'll have to pay each year based on your vehicle's mileage and how much you've driven that year, included in President Biden's Build Back Better plan? This claim and similar ones have made their rounds all over social media. So let's verify. Our sources, the bill itself, Michelle Nellenbach from the Bipartisan Policy, and Scott Hardin with the Arkansas Department of Finance and Administration. Under Section 13,002, it states the National Motor Vehicle Per Mile User Fee Pilot Program is completely voluntary. The first objective of the program is to test the design, acceptance, implementation, and financial sustainability of a National Motor Vehicle Per Mile User Fee.
So instead of paying at the pump for a gallon, you would pay based on the amount of miles you put on your car. And so the provisions in the bill are to allow folks to opt into a pilot program, an experiment, basically, to see how it would work.
Scott Hardin with DFA confirms their motor vehicle team has also not received any outreach from the federal government requesting they plan implementation of a mileage-based fee. He goes on to say any move to create a nationwide fee based on mileage would have to be established through new, separate legislation. We would certainly alert Arkansans if we received any indication this is a possibility. So we can verify this claim is false. This pilot program is included in President Biden's infrastructure bill, but it's totally voluntary, so there is not a requirement to pay a mileage fee. The only way to create a nationwide mileage tax would be to pass a new bill.
It's not unusual for current and former presidents to wish supporters a happy holiday season. But an online postcard that shows former President Donald Trump in a tuxedo is raising a lot of eyebrows on social media. The card, which we're blurring because of its explicit nature, was retweeted thousands of times, including by some prominent people who are verified on Twitter. So let's verify. Is the Christmas card claiming to be from former President Trump real? Our sources are Getty Images, Photo Forensics, and the official Donald Trump merchandise store. The former president is selling holiday merchandise on his website, and his Save America website links to this card, which is not the card that's going viral. No one within the Trump organization has shared the doctored card, and his spokesperson confirmed to PolitiFact it was fake. So, no, the Christmas card claiming to be from former President Trump is not real. Verify traced the original image back to 2019, when former President Trump met Queen Elizabeth. An analysis using photo forensic software showed the former president's tuxedo was edited to make part of the explicit imagery. Many of those who shared the card have since deleted their post. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our DBL mobile app. But if you're sticking around, here's what's coming up. Travis Scott sits down for his first interview since the Astroworld tragedy. We'll tell you why he is denying responsibility. And the Sex and the City reboot premiered last night and caused Peloton stocks to drop. We'll tell you why after the break.
Earlier this year, the USDA found COVID-19 in deer tested in 4 states, and other researchers found deer with COVID-19 antibodies elsewhere. Now, some health officials suggest hunters wear a mask while handling and cleaning carcasses. That prompted some questions about whether hunting deer and eating their meat is safe. So let's verify. Are there any documented cases of humans getting COVID-19 from deer? Our sources are the USDA, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Wisconsin Department of Health, and several veterinarians. While researchers found COVID-19 antibodies in deer, they're still not sure how the animals were exposed. The CDC says COVID-19 can spread from people to susceptible animal species, but the USDA says it's not known whether the virus was spread to deer directly from human contact or through another animal. The same goes for other animals, like those in some zoos that have tested positive for COVID-19.
Things like that we're going to see here and there, but so far the evidence is that animals don't transmit COVID to humans.
That's because doctors say the spike protein within COVID-19 doesn't bind well to animals, so they may not have enough of the virus to transmit it back to humans.
There haven't been any reported cases of COVID-19 transmission from an animal to a human because the virus doesn't really want to infect the other species in the first place.
The CDC also says there's no evidence you can get COVID-19 from preparing or eating food, including wild hunted game meat. The Wisconsin Department of Health recommends hunters wear a mask and gloves and avoid eating, drinking, or smoking while handling deer carcasses out of an abundance of caution. So, no, there are no documented cases of humans getting COVID-19 from deer.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just
It's
stop.
finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Al, Erica, and Jeff. So Travis Scott is finally addressing the Astroworld tragedy for the very first time. The rapper sat down with radio host Charlamagne the God to tell his side of the story. Let's take a look.
And did you hear any of those screams?
Nah, man. And you know, it's so crazy because I'm that artist too. Like, you know, anytime you can hear something like that, you want to stop the show. You want to make sure, you know, fans get the proper attention they need, you know. I just didn't hear that. You know, I got music, I got my in-ears, but I just didn't hear that, you know.
All right, so what do you think, Al? Do you think he's taking responsibility? I know we're only seeing a clip.
I know whether he's taking responsibility or not, he's talking, and so he's automatically lost. I mean, how many times have we learned over and over again from doing just like true crime files? You don't talk to the police, you don't talk to the public. You let your lawyer do that. Having a lawyer isn't just something else that you have, it's there in place of your words. He should not have sat down for that interview. And a lot of times you sit down for interviews when you feel like you have nothing to hide. But that's not what the prosecution is going to be doing when he is sued. They're going to be looking to trip you up with your words. And here you've given them an hour of your words. Might not work out great, Kabi.
Yeah, I mean, he's currently facing billions of dollars in lawsuits. But again, we had this conversation when we were talking about Alec Baldwin. This is a calculated risk. Unlike the average person, yes, you would have your attorney, but these people have attorneys, crisis managers, who might not see eye to eye on some things in terms of like, can you get back out there? Are you able to make revenue? Are you able to make public appearances? A crisis manager might have a very different take than what an attorney has.
Right. They would tell you to do the Stephanopoulos interview or something to kind of warm yourself up.
Yeah, and I think what you said was great because if you're innocent, you're like, man, I'll tell you my story. I didn't mean for this to happen. But an attorney is going to twist those words around, just like in the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Right. One of the witnesses came in that's unnamed. She's like, well, Jeffrey walked in first and then Ghislaine. And then her statement to the jury, she said, Ghislaine walked in and then you're like, are you recalling the way things happen? Just because you put that out of order, everything he said in that interview is going to be used against him in court. I don't know if that's fair. We need to bring Mark Eiglarsh back and see if all of these charges, billions of dollars, Travis Scott is responsible for. I don't think so, but I don't know the answer to
I also think just like in the court of public opinion, even if his interview with Charlamagne the God was causes you empathy and you root for him, unfortunately, in this day and age, you only will see a little snippet on social media. Nobody's going to take the time to watch the entire contextual interview, and that I think people are going to have to think moving forward. 10 years ago, I would actually say go do an interview because everyone's going to tune in to Barbara Walters. They're going to watch the whole hour and then you get the full picture. We're never going to get the full picture ever unless you sit down and watch it yourself. All right, so just like that, Peloton has crashed. The Sex and the City reboot premiere last night sent the exercise company tumbling this week. For those who haven't watched the new show, don't worry, we're not going to reveal too many spoilers. But there is a shocking scene that has put Peloton on blast. The scene in question shows a beloved character dying after working out on the popular home exercise bike. Peloton said they knew their product was going to be featured in the show, but they had no idea it was involved in a character's death. Following the backlash, the company released a statement saying, quote, riding their Peloton bike may have even helped delay their cardiac event, and we have actually censored that statement a bit because we don't want to spoil it for you. Do you think it was fair, Erica, for them to use Peloton in a way that could, I mean, it's costing them money. Their stock has now plummeted.
I was shocked.
Really?
I was shocked and so disappointed. And then that was my first thought. I'm like, Peloton could not have known how their product was going to be. Because it's not only that the Peloton product, like clearly the set was set up to feature Peloton, like how it's meant to be used. So there was even like a clip of the instructor, and it seemed as though that clip was coming not from the screen of the bike, but it was coming from the actual studio. I could be wrong, but it's like Peloton clearly knew that they were going to play a part in this plot, but for them to do that.
Would you be upset if that was your company?
Yeah.
Do you think
I would feel hoodwinked?
I wouldn't. I think this is great marketing for them.
No, they're plummeted.
If you look right now at their stock, it's not past what it was. The same thing happened, remember, a year and a half ago when that woman did the Christmas commercial and everyone's like, they're shaming that woman. Dropped 10.5%, not 11. Went all the way back up after it plummeted. There was an actual death that was very tragic.
Right.
Dropped only 5%. This is a fictional character. This is how crazy people are, okay? It dropped 11%.
What's fictional about this character, Jeff?
Too much.
Tread very, very lightly.
I am. I will pedal very softly. But listen, I think this is great marketing. If you want the prince to die in Game of Thrones, you want that Starbucks cup right next to him? I'll take it. You know what I mean? People are going to be talking about it. People are going to associate Peloton with this series, and that's what you want.
But they're going to associate it negatively because they even had a real Peloton instructor.
If it's out 11%, I will buy hundreds. I'll buy $1,000 right now if it's out 11%.
It'll bounce back, you think?
I think it's already passed.
Oh, all right. Well, fans hoping to see Adele.
Notice how when I was talking about money, I'm like, $5.
Fans hoping to see Adele in Vegas next year may be draining their life savings to catch the superstar live on stage. Tickets for her 3-month residency have completely sold out. They were gone just 6 hours after going on sale. Prices ranged from $85 for the cheap seats to a whopping $5,000 for front row tickets, but you can still see Adele if you're willing to fork over a small fortune. Some buyers are reselling their tickets, pricing them from $2,000, are you ready for this, to $35,000. Wow. And first of all, her whole paycheck, if you break it down, because she's performing 3 nights a week, she's there for about 3 months, so it's like a $100 million paycheck.
$2 million a night.
Yes.
Good for her.
That's what she's worth.
Good for her.
That's what she's worth. I mean, they set a price based on how many, based on butts and seats, Erica. And this woman specializes in anywhere she is in the world, seats fill up. So there's always going to be a demand. And I know people will look and say, 5,000, 10,000, that's too much for a ticket. But how many people on this planet would say that Adele saved my life? That Adele like literally got me through my divorce, got me through. It's a different way to look at artists, and I think a lot of people.
You think average people are going to take $5,000 for their savings, or do you think only the top 1% are?
I think average people, just like the Super Bowl. I mean, there's a lot of corporations at the Super Bowl, but there are a lot of people that like, hey, me and my best friend been saving up for 3 years and we went.
Don't see it. Don't take $5,000, buy Peloton stock. Listen to Adele on the radio. Do yourself a favor.
Jeff's doing a financial segment.
Adele helped you get through some tough times.
Yeah, I love Adele. I would pay a premium to see Adele. I mean, hey, you got to pay people what they're worth. Now, the idea that it's $35,000 has nothing to do with Adele. That has to do with the greed of scalping.
Yeah.
I do have a hack though. What you do is you wait for the show to start, right? Then you go on and purchase the tickets because the price goes down drastically. So we just did this. I took my brother and we sat courtside at the Nuggets Bulls game. I would not pay full price for courtside
So what,
seats.
you pull up to the venue, you wait out in the parking lot. You go back on there, wait till it started, and then boom, you get a steal.
You get the,
Oh, Erica Cobb,
yeah,
that is
that's what you
good.
do. That's what you, that's
And
how
pack
you
yourself a
hustle.
lunch because it's expensive in there.
Okay, so now you may recall what Henry Winkler told us about all of his possessions, but if you don't, here's the clip.
I found out in the pandemic that I'm a hoarder. I have, I'm not kidding. I found boxes and boxes of memorabilia and swag from all the shows. And I thought, you know what? I've had them for 40 years. It's time now to share them with the world.
Wow. So the auction has ended, and you won't believe what some of Henry's Happy Days treasures sold for. So these cowboy boots, okay, sold for over $1,000. Check out these overalls. Some lucky Fonzie fan bid $14,000 to take them home. But that doesn't even come close to the Fonz's complete outfit, including the classic leather jacket, which fetched $75,000. And finally, Fonzie's motorcycle sold for an eye-watering $231,000. Wow.
Or 6 Adele tickets. Yeah, that bike's nice.
Would you have wanted any of those items, or is there any item that you would want?
That jacket's pretty cool.
It is.
Like if you wore that out, what a conversation piece.
Would you constantly be like, do
for
it?
sure. You do that.
No, you do that.
What? That's your thing. I'm Christopher Walken.
Go, hey?
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
When do I do that?
I don't know. When you're trying to be the guy from 60
Oh,
Seconds.
yeah, that's different, though. Let's go. That's different than hey.
I think you're talking about Nicolas Cage, not the guy from 60 Seconds. But yeah.
No disrespect to
He's
Nicolas.
a great actor.
Is there any item that you would pay a couple grand for from like your favorite TV show?
That's a good question.
Oh, gosh. That is such a loaded question. I don't know.
What about like a Wonder Woman outfit?
I really don't know. I can't think
What's
of
that show with the Gabrielle Union you love? Is there something in there that's...
Being Mary Jane?
Yeah, is there something in there that's like associates with the show?
Her house. Now
Okay,
I
all right.
live there.
That's different.
That's a good one.
Albert, what about you?
Oh, I want Bob Barker, Skinny Mike. Yeah.
The lollipop, like,
definitely.
Dum Dum
Yes,
Mike?
it's
Yeah.
so iconic.
That is pretty cool.
It's like it still looks cool.
Wouldn't you rather have an item like a jacket or a mic or something like that than go see a show? Which one would you rather have?
I'd rather have an item. I'd put it in a little glass case. I like, you know me, I'm a collector.
Right.
I collect many things. So.
So you're a hoarder as well.
That's what it sounds like. But that's the way you framed it.
I purge.
It was a hoarding frame.
No, I purge, but I do hold on to specific items that I know will perhaps be my retirement fund one day. You know I have.
Do you keep the stubs from when you and your husband went on a
keeps
date?
terrible dolls at her house. She thinks that are going to appreciate in value. They're
They
worth
already
like
have.
$27.
That's not true.
Sam,
One of
we
my
looked
dolls
at this
is worth
2 years ago.
$2,500. One of my dolls, my American Girl doll, is worth $2,500.
And
The
great-
original
if it's in-
1984.
If it's in good shape. That
She's in
doll,
good shape.
one
She's
eye's open,
one-
one shut. It's weird.
Okay. Coming up on DBL. No topic is off limits on DBL, and our conversations can turn pretty outrageous. We're playing a game called Who Said It Next? Play along at home with us.
Closed captioning provided by
As a DJ.
Toss to the clip. We'll play the clip. You all will guess
Oh,
your
gotcha.
battle. Who you
All right, we're ready.
Thank you.
All right, we ready? All right, so we're about to play Who Said It. Obviously, we got the paddles with all the panelists. I shouldn't have used too many P's in that. But I love playing games.
Okay.
Don't you?
I also love these photos.
Is that this year's photos? Yeah. Yeah.
They're just really great photos. So we had our photos done by a photographer in Denver named Don Hills. I've shot with Don for over 12 years, and he's just amazing. Did such a great job.
Sam looks like a stock photo. You know what I mean? Like that you could use, like, if doesn't Sam look like a stock photo? Like, it totally does. Where's Erica? I was gonna make some kind of joke with that. Oh, that's dead on.
That's dead on.
If you saw Sam's photo on a dating profile, Al, what would you
It looks fake.
No, you think I'm psycho,
You
which
look-
means something else.
You have a good stock photo. That's a good thing.
That has an inappropriate relationship with a student.
No, it doesn't.
Here.
Like if you're making like a character for a movie, like this girl is who?
I would say this
Oh,
girl.
you know
what I'm saying?
You're the bad person in a Hallmark movie, like the one that tries to steal the husband.
Oh
in that
my
headshot,
I do look a little vindictive here.
Did you,
That's what I'm saying.
did you
I
push
look like a
somebody
fourth
down?
grade teacher.
Yeah.
No,
You look like you pushed somebody down
You
in
look
high
like a
school
principal.
hallway.
I would never.
I
always
look like a principal.
Yeah. Erica looks like a principal that doesn't take anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too. You're
Al
not the
looks like
principal.
an ad for a dentist commercial.
Yes,
This
I
is
can
an
see
ad
that.
for 1-800-DENTIST.
1-800 dead.
1-800.
However you're celebrating, make DBL a part of your holiday cheer.
What's up, homie?
I can tell she was feeling something, so I tell.
Erica blushed for Alfonso Ribeiro.
Would you have been cooking naked?
Cooking.
Yes, on our last show.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Am I right? Say yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I got chills.
Me too.
Not clearly.
DBL is always all new every day.
Wow.
Welcome back to TBL. We can say
Somebody's complimenting themselves.
Yes.
Okay.
I know who said that.
Yeah.
The audience doesn't.
We can say some pretty outrageous things on this panel. So we're going to play a little guessing game called Who Said It? We're going to hear a past quote and we'll guess which host said it. So let's play the first one. Here we go.
I don't want to walk your pig.
Well, I would think Al doesn't want to walk a pig.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Al,
I think
too.
we're like an exotic
that.
pet conversation.
Okay, so this line actually comes from a story we did about an Airbnb offering, animal experiences. Let's see who said it. You can even walk Amelia the pig around Ireland.
I don't want to walk your
amazing.
pig when I'm on vacation. You walk your own pig. Wow.
Yeah.
I thought that was an Al thing.
You
Wow.
didn't tell me that at all.
Well, I don't want to walk your pig when I'm on vacation. No, it doesn't make sense. I forgot I was on a vacation.
I would love to walk a pig on vacay. Okay,
Really?
so yes.
Oh, you want to go to a nice restaurant? No, I have to walk this pig.
Yeah. No, and then you're going to eat after. Okay.
Okay, let's hear our next line.
I could beat Mario Brothers. I could beat Zelda.
Oh, I definitely can beat Mario Brothers and Zelda. Yeah.
I'm going to go with Sam.
Yeah, I was going to say Erica, but I don't think I've ever heard Erica talk about video games ever.
Ever.
So I'm going with Sam.
I know those games.
You know them? I'm familiar with Mario
The
Brothers.
line actually comes from a story we did on Blockbuster Video and our childhood memories of it. So let's see who said it. I would stay up all night, man.
Really?
Yeah. I could beat Mario Brothers. I could beat Zelda.
My face is like, what is happening?
You can add Mortal Kombat to that list. You can add Street Fighter 1, Street Fighter 2 to that
You
list.
cannot beat Street Fighter.
You can,
2.
yes, I can.
No,
did you?
Yes.
I will quit this job if I see you beat Street Fighter. There's
I will
no
play
way.
you on Street Fighter. I will.
If I lose to you, okay,
well,
we'll
who's
put our
your
charities
person?
on the line.
Who is your person? Because there's one character, depending who I play, can beat my character. Who do you play?
I use E Honda, the sumo wrestler.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's my dude.
Okay, you're going down. You're going down. Big
my
time.
dude. Yeah. I wanna see that.
Big time. Okay, let's hear who our next line is from.
You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes.
Oh, that's Erica.
Oh, yes.
Erica
Without a
always
doubt.
has the best one-liners.
Every time.
That should be the title of your book.
She's got a couple titles.
Oh my gosh.
She's got a
Good
couple
ones.
titles.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see if we're right. Is it Erica? The line was said during a segment when we were talking about, COVID freakouts. Let's see.
You play stupid games,
there she
you get
is.
stupid prizes.
Oh, Erica with her one-liners.
That was a good one.
It's true, Erica. That's why I say you would be a good Denver, like if the franchise, the Housewives of whatever came to Denver, because your one-liners are
But not good.
The Housewives of Denver.
Oh, she would be the
When we
star.
say like be on the show, not just on the show, you'd be the star
you
of
would.
the show.
Oh, okay. I'll be the star of the Denver House. I'll be the Kathy Hilton of Denver Housewives.
You would be the Bethany Frankel, because I think people tune into Bethany not only because of like her entrepreneurship and all that, but her one-liners.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
Andy,
gotta
call
yap.
me.
Yeah, call her, Andy. Call her. All right, let's hear the next line.
I don't like a man with a tattoo at the hip bone. It's weird. I don't like that.
I think that's Sam.
Al? I think it's you, Al.
I think that's Sam.
I think it's Al.
No, I don't remember saying that.
A tattoo at the hip bone.
That's a weird place to put it. It seems like it would hurt.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, I'm
Let's-
going with Sammy on that one.
Okay.
I wonder what the context is.
I know. Let's see.
I don't like that. That's weird. It's in a weird place. It's in a weird place.
You know what, Al?
I don't like a man with a tattoo at the hip bone. It's weird.
You know how I knew it was Al's? Because you always get specific. Instead of just being like, I don't like a man with a tattoo like on the abdomen, you have to be very specific.
Yeah, his went down to that weird bone that you only have when you have a six-pack. Every guy hates guys that have that. Like, wow, my stomach's never gonna look like that. But I don't like seeing a tattoo either.
Who did you put for yours?
I picked you for that
You
one.
did?
I thought that was you.
No. I like tattoos everywhere.
Okay.
Let's hear our last one.
Where your mind goes, energy flows.
Jeffrey?
That sounds like a Jeff.
It's Jeff.
That's Jeff.
I feel like that's a Jeff morning.
Jeff woke up with the mantras and
Yep,
came
that's
in.
an
Told us all
affirmation.
about it.
When I was in the sauna that morning, for sure. Yeah, I listen to all these positive things.
Yeah,
I take pictures sometimes in there, and I'm like, I'm not gonna read this when I get to the show. But in the moment, I'm like, I'm gonna knock them dead with this quote. That's great.
Let's see if we're
if it's me
right.
first.
Let's see.
To each their own. Like where your mind goes, energy flows, and you could put power into an object, into a rock.
He was still
Why
at
were you
home, so he
laughing
had
at
just stepped out of the sauna and straight on to set.
Yeah.
I
Why'd
was
you laugh at
laughing
it?
because you and Mark Eiglarsh are, that's exactly something that Mark Eiglarsh would say. You two are two peas in a pod. Yeah, you are. I'm getting the winner. The winner is three-way tie, Sam, Erica, Jeff. You lost.
How did I lose?
You lost.
I think you just made that up.
No, I didn't. I repeated what the producers
In
told
my
me
mind,
to.
I have to think you made
Do we
that
get
up.
checks like Jeff did? No. We'll be right back.
Just as long as ours clear.
We all know that.
However you're celebrating, make DBL a part of your holiday cheer.
I can tell she was feeling a little something. I tell you.
Blush for Alfonso Ribeiro.
It is the most wonderful time of the year.
Absolutely.
Yeah. DBL is always all new every day.
On December 3rd, Mariah Carey's hit single, All I Want for Christmas Is You, was certified diamond by the Recording Industry Association of America, making it the first holiday single to earn the distinction. Carey's Christmas hit usually begins making its way up the music charts around late October, according to Last.fm listenership data from the past 3 years. But does that mean that the holiday hit gets the most plays on streaming apps during the Christmas season? Verify reached out to these sources to get an answer, and drum roll please. It's true. All I Want for Christmas Is You is the most streamed holiday song according to music streaming app data from Apple Music, Amazon Music, Billboard, Pandora, and Spotify. According to Amazon Music, global streams on their app for this song are up 46% in 2021 when compared to this time last year. It's also one of the most requested holiday songs on Amazon Music via Alexa so far this year. According to Spotify data, the song tops its Christmas hits list and is the most popular song on Carey's artist profile with nearly 1 billion streams overall. It's also my all-time favorite Christmas song, and I may or may not dance around the table to it every year with my family. With your Fast Fact, I'm Ariane Till.
If you've been asked to receive a package from a stranger and ship it to someone else, do not do it. It's time for a security alert sponsored by LifeLock. Re-shipping scams are trending and victims are unaware they are breaking the law by transporting stolen merchandise. Scammers target victims through job and dating sites. If you received a package that you suspect might be a re-shipping scam, do not send it to another address. Report it immediately. LifeLock keeps you and your digital identity secure from cyber criminals. Call 1-800-419-0131 or visit lifelock.com to learn more. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
this.
Plenty of questions have come out of the more than 2,000-page infrastructure bill. One THV11 Verify viewer asked, is it true there is some sort of driving tax or fee that you'll have to pay each year based on your vehicle's mileage and how much you've driven that year, included in President Biden's Build Back Better plan? This claim and similar ones have made their rounds all over social media. So let's verify. Our sources: the bill itself, Michelle Nellenbach from the Bipartisan Policy, and Scott Hardin with the Arkansas Department of Finance and Administration. Under Section 13,002, it states the National Motor Vehicle Per Mile User Fee Pilot Program is completely voluntary. The first objective of the program is to test the design, acceptance, implementation, and financial sustainability of a National Motor Vehicle Per Mile User Fee.
So instead of paying at the pump for a gallon, you would pay based on the amount of miles you put on your car. And so the provisions in the bill are to allow folks to opt into a pilot program, an experiment, basically, to see how it would work.
Scott Hardin with DFA confirms their motor vehicle team has also not received any outreach from the federal government requesting they plan implementation of a mileage-based fee. He goes on to say any move to create a nationwide fee based on mileage would have to be established through new, separate legislation. We would certainly alert Arkansans if we received any indication this is a possibility. So we can verify this claim is false. This pilot program is included in President Biden's infrastructure bill, but it's totally voluntary, so there is not a requirement to pay a mileage fee. The only way to create a nationwide mileage tax would be to pass a new bill.
It's not unusual for current and former presidents to wish supporters a happy holiday season. But an online postcard that shows former President Donald Trump in a tuxedo is raising a lot of eyebrows on social media. The card, which we're blurring because of its explicit nature, was retweeted thousands of times, including by some prominent people who are verified on Twitter. So let's verify. Is the Christmas card claiming to be from former President Trump real? Our sources are Getty Images, Photo Forensics, and the official Donald Trump merchandise store. The former president is selling holiday merchandise on his website, and his Save America website links to this card, which is not the card that's going viral. No one within the Trump organization has shared the doctored card, and his spokesperson confirmed to PolitiFact it was fake. So, no, the Christmas card claiming to be from former President Trump is not real. Verify traced the original image back to 2019, when former President Trump met Queen Elizabeth. An analysis using photo forensic software showed the former president's tuxedo was edited to make part of the explicit imagery. Many of those who shared the card have since deleted their post. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back to DBL. Before we go, some sad news. Guitarist Mike Nesmith has died. The Monkees guitarist got his start in the group in the 60s and even helped launch MTV. His family released a statement saying, with infinite love, we announce that Michael Nesmith has passed away this morning in his home, surrounded by family, peacefully of natural causes. He was 78 years old. And we all remember him as the songwriter, the guitarist. I mean, an absolute legend.
Remember them on the Brady Bunch?
Yes.
That's how I first got introduced.
That's how you were first introduced to them. Yeah. Many of us.
This is Davy Jones.
Yeah. I don't remember that part.
Yeah, they call the whatever.
Bye.
Earlier this year, the USDA found COVID-19 in deer tested in 4 states, and other researchers found deer with COVID-19 antibodies elsewhere. Now, some health officials suggest hunters wear a mask while handling and cleaning carcasses. That prompted some questions about whether hunting deer and eating their meat is safe. So, let's verify. Are there any documented cases of humans getting COVID-19 from deer? Our sources are the USDA, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Wisconsin Department of Health, and several veterinarians. While researchers found COVID-19 antibodies in deer, they're still not sure how the animals were exposed. The CDC says COVID-19 can spread from people to susceptible animal species, but the USDA says it's not known whether the virus was spread to deer directly from human contact or through another animal. The same goes for other animals, like those in some zoos that have tested positive for COVID-19.
Things like that we're going to see here and there, but so far the evidence is that animals don't transmit COVID to humans.
That's because doctors say the spike protein within COVID-19 doesn't bind well to animals, so they may not have enough of the virus to transmit it back to humans.
There haven't been any reported cases of COVID-19 transmission from an animal to a human because the virus doesn't really want to infect the other species in the first place.
The CDC also says there's no evidence you can get COVID-19 from preparing or eating food, including wild, hunted game meat. The Wisconsin Department of Health recommends hunters wear a mask and gloves and avoid eating, drinking, or smoking while handling deer carcasses out of an abundance of caution. So, no, there are no documented cases of humans getting COVID-19 from deer.
Here's what we're talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
The verdict is in. Jussie Smollett is guilty. We're chatting with a legal expert on the possible jail time he could face. Did Pope Francis say cheating on your partner isn't that serious? We debate. Does he have a point, or is he completely in the wrong? Travis Scott breaks his silence after the deadly Astro World Festival, why he says he shouldn't be held responsible. And another round of Who Said It? Can you guess which DBL host said this?
I don't want to walk your pig.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane? This is a sham.
No.
Just stop.
Finally here, drum roll. Welcome to DBL. It is Friday, December 10th. I'm Sam here with Al, Jeff, and Erica. All right, so Jussie Smollett has been found guilty for staging an attack on himself. Now, a jury convicted Jussie of disorderly conduct for making fake reports to police after he claimed he was a victim of a hate crime. But the jury sided with the Osundaro brothers, who said Jussie hired them to stage the attack. Now, after the verdict, Special Prosecutor Dan Webb said Jussie only hurt his case by testifying on the stand. Listen to what Jussie had to say.
Now that he's compounded his wrongdoing by lying to a jury, which they've obviously determined from the verdict today, he's compounded his misconduct in this city, and we'll let the judge decide what to do.
So we do have, first let me read this. The charge comes with a prison sentence of up to 3 years. The defense said it would appeal. So of course, to talk more about this, we've got legal expert. We are joined by former prosecutor, veteran trial attorney, and of course, friend of the show, Mark Eigler. So good to see you, Mark. How are you?
What's up? What's up?
I'm choosing to be wonderful, and it's great to see all of you.
Oh, well, you're always wonderful in my book, Mark. Don't read into that. Okay. Okay, so Mark, what are your thoughts on what the special prosecutor said about Jussie taking the stand? And in your legal opinion, while you were watching, do you believe it hurt his case?
Okay, it didn't hurt his case because his case was going to be a loser anyway. He needed to take his acting chops and try to save his you-know-what, and he couldn't do it. So he had to testify. Where I agree with the prosecutor is that he compounded the harm that he did to himself and everybody else by taking the witness stand and lying. So I think that the judge should consider that when he's deciding what appropriate sentence he should dole out.
So while we're talking about that statement, because that statement read to me, compounding it, as if had he not taken the stand, then perhaps he could have been facing probation or some lesser charges. But because he took the stand and essentially perjured himself, possibly, that he could actually see jail time. So of course the city of Chicago is asking him to pay $130,000 back for the cost of the investigation. So do you think he'll see jail time, and do you think him taking the stand has something to do with that?
Okay, so I never think a defendant should be punished for exercising their cherished constitutional rights to testify. What I think he should be punished for is, number one, wasting thousands of hours of precious law enforcement resources, having them deal with his fraud, as opposed to dealing with the violence that's in their city to be investigated, wasting millions of dollars of law enforcement resources, and worst, here's what bothers me the most. Future victims will unnecessarily have their words scrutinized, more so because of what he did. And I challenge you, Erica, I challenge Samantha, I challenge all of you to come up with a set of facts for disorderly conduct for which he's charged that are worse than what he's done. So if the legislators think 3 years in prison is appropriate under certain circumstances when you're convicted of this offense, you tell me why this case isn't that case.
Well, that's going to lead right into my question, because, you know, disorderly conduct is normally a slap on the wrist.
Right.
So what maybe the prosecution needs to say what you just said to get him jail time. What do you think the judge will need to hear to say this isn't going to be a slap on the wrist this time? This was so egregious, you might see jail time. And if so, how much do you predict?
So everything I just said, add to the following argument that the prosecutor should make. And that includes, but not limited to, this guy doesn't seem to get it. His ego is not his amigo. He's so arrogant and doesn't accept his guilt, and worse, thumbs his nose at the system. Judge, if there's ever someone who needs prison time, it's this guy.
And Jeff, I know you have a question. I have to ask this really quickly. What would you have said if Jesse came to you with this case? Would you have told him to even go to court with this, or would you say this is embarrassing, you need to settle? Just from a lawyer, like, what would you have told him?
I would tell him what I tell my other clients when the evidence seems to be overwhelming and he seems like the only person in the room who thinks that he's going to walk. I show him the hard facts. I explain to him, look, I've been doing this 30 years in spite of my youthful appearance. I've tried over 150 jury trials, and I think you were not framed like the Mona Lisa like you're alleging. I think that you are going to be found guilty. That said, if you want your day in court, there's nobody better than me, and I'll give you your day in court. But I try to convince them that it's in their best interest to resolve it short of risking their liberty, because now he's facing some real time.
All right, Mark, let's switch gears. I wanted to get this in with Ghislaine Maxwell trial. I'm so far down the rabbit hole on this case, maybe too far with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to get your take so far. But the question I want to ask you personally, Mark, is if there was smoke, meaning presidents, princesses, other important people, would we have known by now? Would have Ghislaine taken that and used it in her defense?
No. This is somebody who wants to win this outright. We also don't know that the prosecutors want to value what she's saying. Think about it. If someone's indicted because of her word, let's say I'm representing that person, I will destroy her. I will make her look like the liar that she is. She'll say her father or mother was involved just to get herself out of this. That's how much time she's facing. So her value to the public is a little bit, I don't know, inflated. I don't know that she has the value, especially because she's professed her innocence from day one.
Hey, Mark, given the fact that, you know, you're in Florida, you were practicing this whole time in Miami while, you know, we all have heard of this story, right, the Jeffrey Epstein story recently. But when you were there, did you hear a lot of inklings about it just because you're within that whole justice system over there?
Yes. And the rumblings that you're hearing, both in the media and in the legal world, is what an amazing outcome that guy got. Wow. Epstein avoided extensive prison time, at least initially, on the deal that he got. Wow. I want that lawyer. And unfortunately, I wasn't involved in the case. But it sends a message that it's you know, we live in a capitalistic society, and who has money buys the best lawyers, and those best lawyers have the best access and can persuade prosecutors to give the best deals. He got an unbelievable deal initially.
I was going to
go for it. Yeah, I have a million conspiracy questions. Maybe we should stick to the facts.
Well, this happened today, and this might interest you as well. They said that the prosecution, their fourth and final kind of star witness, did not testify today against Ghislaine. Do you think that's going to further aid her, or maybe that'll be what kind of gets her off the hook in this situation?
It ain't getting her off the hook. She's going to be found guilty. If the prosecution didn't call that witness, it's because the prosecution felt, you know what, we've proven our case. We don't need to. Or that witness, for whatever reason, wasn't going to cooperate still. But my guess is that the type of testimony, void of any bias, motive, or true interest in wanting to lie, shows how much she hurt them. These people, I think, are compelling, and I think this is a guilty verdict just ready to happen.
Mark, one more conspiracy question. I got to squeeze it in here. If there were people involved,
Guys, please help him. Help him when we're done with this interview. Please help
I'm not interested in the law. I'm interested in fake facts. I want to know if there were high people involved and they did have some dirt. I know you know the story about how they were videotaping every room in Jeffrey Epstein's house. They have the ledgers from the planes. Would we have known by now? Would Ghislaine have come forward in her defense, or is that off the table now and that's just conspiracy moving forward?
No, let's play this out so we can make you happy, Jeff. Let's say she's convicted. She's facing decades in prison. That's going to be the time where she's going, oh, my God, this has been torture for me. I don't want to spend another day here. Tell the prosecutors we want to set down a meeting for a debriefing. Give me a queen for a day letter where nothing I say will be used against me again. And let me tell you everything. And then the prosecutors will determine whether what she's saying is of value. Can it be supported by the evidence? And then, Jeff, you get your fantasy. All these major people get convicted. Yay!
Let's do it. Let's throw a wrench in the world.
Oh my gosh! I never thought I'd hear Mark Eiglarsh and Jeff talking about fantasy.
I think we're gonna be me and you, Mark. We gotta go out one time.
I already said that you two are the same person.
He's just a little bit smarter. That's all.
You guys have the same hair too. Pretty similar hairstyles. You
All
both
right,
love
are we
Jason
done?
Mraz.
Are we done with the legal part? Are we done?
Yeah, we're all done with that.
Both in the same outfit.
But those are facts, Mark. Those are facts.
Yeah. All right, Mark. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining us here at DBL. For more information on Mark and his law firm, go to speaktomark.com. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, man.
Coming up on DBL, how did the Sex and the City reboot cause Peloton stock to tumble? We're going to talk all about the premiere. But first, we want to hear from you. Pope Francis says sex outside of marriage isn't that bad. We're going to chat about it after the break.
Closed captioning provided by...
It's so easy to sell on Poshmark. You just pick out your item, snap a couple of photos.
With this story, actually, this is about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, when Kevin Spacey had been House of Cards.
Oh,
he was kicked off of House of Cards, and then he did a weird video in his kitchen saying, "I want my job back." But he was drinking out of a mug that had the Queen of England on it. And people are saying that was his way of signaling to Prince Albert or whatever that I know.
Prince Albert.
Or what's his name?
Prince Andrew.
Prince Andrew.
No.
Albert's my name.
Prince or a piercing.
Or King Albert.
Yeah. Yes.
So you think that was him signaling?
That was his way of saying, if you guys let me go down for this, I know about you. Why would he be drinking out of that mug that has the Queen of England on it?
That's interesting.
You know, and
I
like,
think that's a stretch.
but then clearly a picture of Prince Andrew surfaces with one of the young women at his place.
That was like a year later.
But that was his way of saying, like, I know everything. Why would he be drinking out of that mug?
I don't think they know everything. I think Epstein and maybe one other person knew everything. And when they would bring people over, if they did bring certain celebrities over, I don't think they were super open about their dynamics.
Would that change your view if you found out, if we're on the ledger, because I'm not sure who was flying with who, but if Spacey was actually on a plane or at the island at the same time as Prince Andrew, would that change your mind?
Well, it would change my mind if how it is presented. Like, for instance, if these celebrities went to this island and they believed that these were like all women, even if I'll just tell you guys, I don't think
now you want to hear more.
However, you're celebrating. Make DBL a part of your holiday cheer.
I can tell she was feeling something. I tell you.
Blush for Alfonso Ribeiro.
It is the most wonderful time of the year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
DBL is always all new every day.
Welcome back to DBL. So how serious a sin is cheating or sex outside of marriage? Well, according to the Pope, it's not that serious. On a recent trip, the Pope said, quote, sins of the flesh are not the most serious. According to reports, he said worse sins include pride and hatred. So what do you think about what the Pope said? Is cheating not as serious as we thought, or does this type of talk just embolden cheaters?
I think there's a different context to the story. I don't think the Pope just got up there and he's like, hey, man, have fun this holiday season.
Do you know the context? Because I can tell you.
Yes, let's inform the audience on what it is, because I think people are just running wild with this story.
So he had I don't remember the exact title, but a French cleric.
I got all the facts.
A French cleric colleague of his was flirtatious with a woman. You know, I don't know the details about consent, non-consent, whatever, but he was flirtatious with a woman, and that's when the French cleric decided to resign, and that's when the question got brought up, and he was more so referring to that, not so much having a married couple cheat. Two totally different stories.
Absolutely. I'm glad you cleared that up. Al's not buying it.
It sounds like you're making up rules for your homie. Okay? And I'm going to tell you.
I've never had sex.
I'm not, but I'm just saying, okay.
I was with them all night.
Yeah, exactly. Because, okay, let's say this was the workplace, right? And we have a very, like, you know, no Me Too, there's no flirty stuff. And then all of a sudden, somebody that's friends with our boss flirts with somebody here, and they go, well, they send a memo out to everybody going, well, flirting's not that bad. Like, no, we had a rule until it affected you and your friend. So I can't, look, and also, is anything more open in interpretation than the Bible? Like, no matter what he meant, everybody's gonna be like, that means you're supposed to cheat. That's what they want you to.
I'm just waiting, because it might have happened already, for that first guy to be like, honey, the Pope said it.
It happened.
It happened already?
It happened already. That happened 30 seconds after that clip.
That guy's like, oh my God, you see what the Pope said? Baby, come in the room.
The most forwarded email ever. Yeah.
But that's why we need to provide context that it was never about an extramarital affair. Is when
you can't be like. This is the problem. Like, first of all, I know I grew up with a sin is a sin is a sin, whether people agree with that or not. That has been the memo. Now you're saying the memo has changed, but only in certain situations. Like, it just.
But it is different in certain situations. Flirting with a woman is a lot different than being married and having an affair with a woman. There are two totally different situations, and I think you need to have discernment in order to. You can't lump them together.
Yeah, but that part, they didn't get that into the Bible that we all got. All right, it just said you cannot do that. It wasn't like, oh, if you're married and this person, no.
It is married. Thou shalt not covet your neighbor's wife.
I know, but then you cannot. Yeah, but then there was no after. Sam added a lot of. There were some asterisks after that.
What do you mean?
You were giving a lot of space for like kind of micro cheating.
No, there's a lot of space.
Whoa. Cheating is not okay in my book.
Micro cheating.
I'm proud to say I've never cheated. I've never micro cheated.
A lot of people have micro cheated, not you.
I have never micro cheated. If
I think a lot of people have.
What is micro cheating? What is flirting? I need to know what this flirting entailed, because it feels like that kind of like everything but type of situation.
From what I'm being told, he gave her a massage.
Let Anthony give somebody a massage.
Was it an Epstein massage?
Massage is a massage. No, Erica, you know that there is no massage that is okay for somebody's spouse to give somebody else.
Well, I don't think he's married. He's married to God when you're a French cleric.
I don't think God wants that either. You cannot give somebody else. Yeah, that can't happen.
Right. All right.
Al breaks down the Bible. New series in 2022.
Coming up on DBL, Lindsay Granger is back from maternity leave. Yep, and you know we have to give her a warm DBL welcome. She joins us after the break. However, you're celebrating. Make DBL a part of your holiday cheer.
I can tell she was feeling something, I tell you.
Blush for Alfonso Ribeiro.
This is the most wonderful time of the year.
Absolutely.
Yeah. DBL is always all new every day.
On December 3rd, Mariah Carey's hit single, All I Want for Christmas Is You, was certified diamond by the Recording Industry Association of America, making it the first holiday single to earn the distinction. Carey's Christmas hit usually begins making its way up the music charts around late October, according to Last.fm listenership data from the past 3 years. But does that mean that the holiday hit gets the most plays on streaming apps during the Christmas season? Verify reached out to these sources to get an answer, and drum roll please, it's true. All I Want for Christmas Is You is the most streamed holiday song according to music streaming app data from Apple Music, Amazon Music, Billboard, Pandora, and Spotify. According to Amazon Music, global streams on their app for this song are up 46% in 2021 when compared to this time last year. It's also one of the most requested holiday songs on Amazon Music via Alexa so far this year. According to Spotify data, the song tops its Christmas hits list and is the most popular song on Carey's artist profile with nearly 1 billion streams overall. It's also my all-time favorite Christmas song, and I may or may not dance around the table to it every year with my family. With your Fast Fact, I'm Ariane Till.
Welcome back to DBL. You might have noticed a very special someone rejoined our show.
I'm back. Yes, I'm here.
Al and I are both back this week.
Lindsay is back, but before we ask her how her first week back went, let's take a look at her maternity leave.
Yeah.
So cute. Hello.
Do we look alike? Yes or no? Do you look like me?
Kinsley was supposed to be part of this interview, but she's on her own schedule, and when she naps, I let her nap. So this is Kinsley napping while we do this interview. The last 3 months have been beautiful. I completely detached from social media and most things and just really spent time with Kinsley.
Let me tell y'all, these COVID babies are a different breed. This girl's sitting up. She's basically saying hello. You know, she's grabbing a bottle. Girl's holding the bottle.
She's holding the bottle.
This is not normal. It can't be. You know, we're out here by ourselves. And so to be able to have a DBL family, to be able to lean on them and ask them for help and not feel weird about it.
Right.
It helps out a lot.
Right.
Thank you guys.
I'm passing it to her dad.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm passing it to her dad. I can't do this whole interview holding the baby. You were born like 10 pounds and now you're like, I'm not even gonna say.
Y'all wanna see Kinsley?
Look, she's sleeping. Leave my baby alone.
Oh, Lindsay,
oh my goodness.
Honey, you shine as a mama.
Thank you. You know what? It's just the craziest thing. Like, you know, this week I barely got any sleep, but like I see her every morning and I'm like, I don't know. I just love her so much. It's hard to explain to you guys. You know,
it makes sense.
You have this baby. I look at her. I'm like, oh my God, you're mine. Like, you're my baby. I didn't want to cry. They didn't let me watch this piece beforehand. All of a sudden, I'm like super emotional person. But it's just, and I really do want to say I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate Lisa, our big boss. I appreciate Bert. You guys really gave me the space to like have this baby the peaceful way that I wanted to. And everybody has reached out and Jeff, you give me advice. Erica, you came over and helped me immediately. Al, she brought me the best cupcakes in the world.
That was my girl, but yes.
Just talk to me about it. And you guys, and Sam, you just shared like all the mommy advice for me and gave her so many clothes. I mean, it just is just crazy. You know, I had a ton of different emotions last year, just like, what am I doing with my life? What's going on? And, you know, when you have a kid, it's just like, this is what I'm doing with my life. I'm just going to work harder to be a better mom and just be an awesome mom for her. And it's this beautiful thing that I can't describe. And I said this, anybody who wants to have a kid, I really wish them the experience that I had, not only at work, but just beyond that, just with happiness surrounding you and be able to build like a bubble intentionally to be as happy as you want and bring your kid into the world the way you want.
That's beautiful.
Kinsley is one lucky girl, let me tell you. You and Colin shine as parents. It's really heartwarming.
I'll just say this really quickly. My girl and I went to Vail for the first time. It was our first time ever. And you know, normally you want to run around and do the tourist things, but as soon as we parked our car, her first thought was like, let's get Kinsley.
Oh yeah, put her
and felt like my first trip to Vail will be like, you know, just running around grabbing gifts and like her finding cute stuff and stuff I wouldn't, but it's just like babies bring so much love into the world that even though we weren't even with you guys, we were thinking about you and we're just so proud and just, it's a beautiful thing to watch. So
Thank you. I love you guys. I appreciate all of you guys. I love you guys.
We appreciate you, girl.
Oh, we love you, Lindsay. Welcome back. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Plenty of questions have come out of the more than 2,000-page infrastructure bill. One THV11 Verify viewer asked, is it true there is some sort of driving tax or fee that you'll have to pay each year based on your vehicle's mileage and how much you've driven that year included in President Biden's Build Back Better plan? This claim and similar ones have made their rounds all over social media. So let's verify. Our sources, the bill itself, Michelle Nellenbach from the Bipartisan Policy, and Scott Hardin with the Arkansas Department of Finance and Administration. Under Section 13,002, it states the National Motor Vehicle Per Mile User Fee Pilot Program is completely voluntary. The first objective of the program is to test the design, acceptance, implementation, and financial sustainability of a National Motor Vehicle Per Mile User Fee.
So instead of paying at the pump for a gallon, you would pay based on the amount of miles you put on your car. And so the provisions in the bill are to allow folks to opt into a pilot program, an experiment, basically, to see how it would work.
Scott Hardin with DFA confirms their motor vehicle team has also not received any outreach from the federal government requesting they plan implementation of a mileage-based fee. He goes on to say any move to create a nationwide fee based on mileage would have to be established through new, separate legislation. We would certainly alert Arkansans if we received any indication this is a possibility. So we can verify this claim is false. This pilot program is included in President Biden's infrastructure bill, but it's totally voluntary, so there is not a requirement to pay a mileage fee. The only way to create a nationwide mileage tax would be to pass a new bill.
It's not unusual for current and former presidents to wish supporters a happy holiday season. But an online postcard that shows former President Donald Trump in a tuxedo is raising a lot of eyebrows on social media. The card, which we're blurring because of its explicit nature, was retweeted thousands of times, including by some prominent people who are verified on Twitter. So let's verify. Is the Christmas card claiming to be from former President Trump real? Our sources are Getty Images, Photo Forensics, and the official Donald Trump merchandise store. The former president is selling holiday merchandise on his website, and his Save America website links to this card, which is not the card that's going viral. No one within the Trump organization has shared the doctored card, and his spokesperson confirmed to PolitiFact it was fake. So, no, the Christmas card claiming to be from former President Trump is not real. Verify traced the original image back to 2019, when former President Trump met Queen Elizabeth. An analysis using photo forensic software showed the former president's tuxedo was edited to make part of the explicit imagery. Many of those who shared the card have since deleted their post. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
If you're leaving us, you can watch the second half of the show online. Watch on YouTube, dailyblastlive.com, or our DBL mobile app. But if you're sticking around, here's what's coming up. Travis Scott sits down for his first interview since the Astroworld tragedy. We'll tell you why he is denying responsibility. And the Sex and the City reboot premiered last night and caused Peloton stocks to drop. We'll tell you why after the break.
Earlier this year, the USDA found COVID-19 in deer tested in 4 states, and other researchers found deer with COVID-19 antibodies elsewhere. Now, some health officials suggest hunters wear a mask while handling and cleaning carcasses. That prompted some questions about whether hunting deer and eating their meat is safe. So, let's verify. Are there any documented cases of humans getting COVID-19 from deer? Our sources are the USDA, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Wisconsin Department of Health, and several veterinarians. While researchers found COVID-19 antibodies in deer, they're still not sure how the animals were exposed. The CDC says COVID-19 can spread from people to susceptible animal species, but the USDA says it's not known whether the virus was spread to deer directly from human contact or through another animal. The same goes for other animals, like those in some zoos that have tested positive for COVID-19.
Things like that we're going to see here and there, but so far the evidence is that animals don't transmit COVID to humans.
That's because doctors say the spike protein within COVID-19 doesn't bind well to animals, so they may not have enough of the virus to transmit it back to humans.
There haven't been any reported cases of COVID-19 transmission from an animal to a human because the virus doesn't really want to infect the other species in the first place.
The CDC also says there's no evidence you can get COVID-19 from preparing or eating food, including wild hunted game meat. The Wisconsin Department of Health recommends hunters wear a mask and gloves and avoid eating, drinking, or smoking while handling deer carcasses out of an abundance of caution. So, no, there are no documented cases of humans getting COVID-19 from deer.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just
it's
stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Al, Erica, and Jeff. So Travis Scott is finally addressing the Astroworld tragedy for the very first time. The rapper sat down with radio host Charlamagne the God to tell his side of the story. Let's take a look.
And did you hear any of those screams?
Nah, man. And you know, it's so crazy because I'm that artist too. Like, you know, anytime you can hear something like that, you want to stop the show. You want to make sure, you know, fans get the proper attention they need, you know. I just didn't hear that. You know, I got music, I got my in-ears, but I just didn't hear that, you know.
All right, so what do you think, Al? Do you think he's taking responsibility? I know we're only seeing a clip.
I know whether he's taking responsibility or not, he's talking, and so he's automatically lost. I mean, how many times have we learned over and over again from doing just like true crime files? You don't talk to the police, you don't talk to the public. You let your lawyer do that. Having a lawyer isn't just something else that you have, it's there in place of your words. He should not have sat down for that interview. And a lot of times you sit down for interviews when you feel like you have nothing to hide. But that's not what the prosecution is going to be doing when he is sued. They're going to be looking to trip you up with your words. And here you've given them an hour of your words. Might not work out great, Kabi.
Yeah, I mean, he's currently facing billions of dollars in lawsuits. But again, we had this conversation when we were talking about Alec Baldwin. This is a calculated risk. Unlike the average person, yes, you would have your attorney, but these people have attorneys, crisis managers, who might not see eye to eye on some things in terms of like, can you get back out there? Are you able to make revenue? Are you able to make public appearances? A crisis manager might have a very different take than what an attorney has.
Right. They would tell you to do the Stephanopoulos interview or something to kind of warm yourself up.
Yeah, and I think what you said was great because if you're innocent, you're like, man, I'll tell you my story. I didn't mean for this to happen. But an attorney is going to twist those words around, just like in the Ghislaine Maxwell trial.
Right.
One of the witnesses came in that's unnamed. She's like, well, Jeffrey walked in first and then Ghislaine. And then her statement to the jury, she said, Ghislaine walked in and then they're like, are you recalling the way things happen? Just because you put that out of order, everything he said in that interview is going to be used against him in court. I don't know if that's fair. We need to bring Mark Eiglarsh back and see if all of these charges, billions of dollars, Travis Scott is responsible for. I don't think so, but I don't know the answer to
I also think, just like in the court of public opinion, even if his interview with Charlemagne the God was causes you empathy and you root for him, unfortunately, in this day and age, you only will see a little snippet on social media. Nobody's going to take the time to watch the entire contextual interview, and that, I think, people are going to have to think moving forward. 10 years ago, I would actually say go do an interview, because everyone's going to tune in to Barbara Walters. They're going to watch the whole hour, and then you get the full picture. We're never going to get the full picture, ever, unless you sit down and watch it yourself. All right, so just like that, Peloton has crashed. The Sex and the City reboot premiere last night sent the exercise company tumbling this week. For those who haven't watched the new show, don't worry, we're not going to reveal too many spoilers. But there is a shocking scene that has put Peloton on blast. The scene in question shows a beloved character dying after working out on the popular home exercise bike. Peloton said they knew their product was going to be featured in the show, but they had no idea it was involved in a character's death. Following the backlash, the company released a statement saying, quote, riding their Peloton bike may have even helped delay their cardiac event, and we have actually censored that statement a bit because we don't want to spoil it for you. Do you think it was fair, Erica, for them to use Peloton in a way that could, I mean, it's costing them money. Their stock has now plummeted.
I was shocked.
Really?
I was shocked and so disappointed. And then that was my first thought. I'm like, Peloton could not have known how their product was going to be. Because it's not only that the Peloton product, like clearly the set was set up to feature Peloton, like how it's meant to be used. So there was even like a clip of the instructor, and it seemed as though that clip was coming not from the screen of the bike, but it was coming from the actual studio. I could be wrong, but it's like Peloton clearly knew that they were going to play a part in this plot, but for them to do that.
Would you be upset if that was your company?
Yeah.
Do you think
I would feel hoodwinked?
I wouldn't. I think this is great marketing for them.
No, they're plummeted.
If you look right now at their stock, it's not past what it was. The same thing happened, remember, a year and a half ago when that woman did the Christmas commercial and everyone's like, they're shaming that woman. Dropped 10.5%, not 11. Went all the way back up after it plummeted. There was an actual death that was very tragic.
Right.
Dropped only 5%. This is a fictional character. This is how crazy people are, okay? It dropped 11%.
What's fictional about this character, Jeff?
Too much.
Tread very, very lightly.
I am. I will pedal very softly.
Yeah,
but listen, I think this is great marketing. If you want the prince to die in Game of Thrones, you want that Starbucks cup right next to him? I'll take it. You know what I mean?
Got the
People are going to be talking about it. People are
it.
going to associate Peloton with this series, and that's what you want.
But they're going to associate it negatively because they even had a real Peloton instructor.
If it's down 11%, I will buy hundreds. I'll buy $1,000 right now if it's down 11%.
It'll bounce back, you think?
I think it's already passed.
Oh, all right. Well, fans hoping to see Adele.
You notice how when I was talking about money, I'm like, $5.
Fans hoping to see Adele in Vegas next year may be draining their life savings to catch the superstar live on stage. Tickets for her 3-month residency have completely sold out. They were gone just 6 hours after going on sale. Prices ranged from $85 for the cheap seats to a whopping $5,000 for front row tickets, but you can still see Adele if you're willing to fork over a small fortune. Some buyers are reselling their tickets, pricing them from $2,000, are you ready for this, to $35,000. Wow. And first of all, her whole paycheck, if you break it down, because she's performing 3 nights a week, she's there for about 3 months, so it's like a $100 million paycheck.
$2 million a night.
Yes.
Good for her.
That's what she's worth.
Good for her.
That's what she's worth. I mean, they set a price based on how many, based on butts and seats, Erica. And this woman specializes in anywhere she is in the world, seats fill up. So there's always going to be a demand. And I know people will look and say, 5,000, 10,000, that's too much for a ticket. But how many people on this planet would say that Adele saved my life? that Adele like literally got me through my divorce, got me through. It's a different way to look at artists, and I think a lot of
You
people.
think average people are going to take $5,000 for their savings, or do you think only the top 1% are?
I think average people, just like the Super Bowl. I mean, there's a lot of corporations at the Super Bowl, but there are a lot of people that like, hey, me and my best friend been saving up for 3 years and we went.
Don't see it. Like, don't take $5,000, buy Peloton stock. Listen to Adele on the radio. Do yourself a favor.
Jeff's doing a financial segment.
Adele helped you get through some tough times.
Yeah, I love Adele. I would pay a premium to see Adele. I mean, hey, you got to pay people what they're worth. Now, the idea that it's $35,000 has nothing to do with Adele. That has to do with the greed of scalping.
Yeah.
I do have a hack though. What you do is you wait for the show to start, right? Then you go on and purchase the tickets because the price goes down drastically. So we just did this. I took my brother and we sat courtside at the Nuggets Bulls game. I would not pay full price for a courtside
So what,
seats.
you pull up to the venue, you wait out in the parking lot. You go back on there. Wait till it started, and then boom, you get a steal.
You get the
Oh, Erica Cobb,
yeah,
that is
that's what you
good.
do. That's what you. That's
and
how
pack
you
yourself a
hustle.
lunch because it's expensive in there.
Okay, so now you may recall what Henry Winkler told us about all of his possessions, but if you don't, here's the clip.
I found out in the pandemic that I'm a hoarder. I have, I'm not kidding. I found boxes and boxes of memorabilia and swag from all the shows. And I thought, you know what? I've had them for 40 years. It's time now to share them with the world.
Wow. So the auction has ended, and you won't believe what some of Henry's Happy Days treasures sold for. So these cowboy boots, okay, sold for over $1,000. Check out these overalls. Some lucky Fonzie fan bid $14,000 to take them home, but that doesn't even come close to the Fonz's complete outfit, including the classic leather jacket, which fetched $75,000. And finally, Fonzie's motorcycle sold for an eye-watering $231,000. Wow.
Or 6 Adele tickets. Yeah, I mean, that bike's nice.
Would you have wanted any of those items, or is there any item that you would want?
That jacket's pretty cool.
It is.
Like if you wore that out, what a conversation piece.
Would you constantly be like, do
for
it?
sure. You do that.
No, you do that.
What?
That's
your thing. I'm Christopher Walken.
Go, hey?
Yeah.
You should.
When do I do that?
I don't know. When you're trying to be the guy from 60
Oh,
Seconds.
yeah, that's different, though. Let's go. That's different than hey.
I think you're talking about Nicolas Cage, not the guy from 60 Seconds. But yeah.
No disrespect to
He's a
Nicolas.
great actor.
Is there any item that you would pay a couple grand for from like your favorite TV show?
That's a good question.
Oh gosh. That is such a loaded question. I don't know.
What about like a Wonder Woman outfit?
I really don't know. I can't think
What's
of
that
a single
show
thing.
with the Gabrielle Union you love? Is there something in there that's
Being Mary Jane?
Yeah, is there something in there that's like associates with the show?
Her house. Now
Okay,
I
all right.
live there.
That's different.
That's a good one.
Albert, what about you?
Oh, I want Bob Barker, Skinny Mike. Yeah.
The lollipop, like,
definitely.
Dum Dum
Yes,
Mike?
it's
Yeah.
so iconic.
That is pretty cool.
It's like it still looks cool.
Wouldn't you rather have an item like a jacket or a mic or something like that than go see a show? Which one would you rather have?
I'd rather have an item. I'd put it in a little glass case. I like, you know me, I'm a collector.
Right.
I collect many things. So.
So you're a hoarder as well.
That's what it sounds like. But that's the way you framed it.
I purge.
It was a hoarding frame.
No, I purge, but I do hold on to specific items that I know will perhaps be my retirement fund one day. You know I have.
Do you keep the stubs from when you and your husband
she
went on a
keeps
date?
terrible dolls at her house. She thinks that are going to appreciate in value. They're
They
worth
already
like
have.
$27.
That's not true.
Sam,
One of
we
my
looked at
dolls
this
is
2
worth
years ago.
$2,500. One of my dolls, my American Girl doll, is worth $2,500.
And
The
great-
original
if it's in-
1984.
If it's in good shape. That
She is in
doll,
good shape.
one
She has
eye's open,
one-
one shut. It's weird.
Okay. Coming up on DBL. No topic is off limits on DBL, and our conversations can turn pretty outrageous. We're playing a game called Who Said It Next? Play along at home with us.
Closed captioning provided by
As a DJ.
Toss to the clip. We'll play the clip. You all will guess
Oh,
your
gotcha.
battle. Who you
All right, we're
think
ready.
is.
Thank you.
All right, we ready? All right, so we're about to play Who Said It. Obviously, we got the paddles with all the panelists. I shouldn't have used too many P's in that. But I love playing games.
Okay.
Don't you?
I also love these photos.
Is that this year's photos? Yeah. Yeah.
They're just really great photos. So we had our photos done by a photographer in Denver named Don Hills. I've shot with Don for over 12 years, and he's just amazing. Did such a great job.
Sam looks like a stock photo. You know what I mean? Like that you could use, like, if doesn't Sam look like a stock photo? Like, it totally does. Where's Erica? Al's gonna make some kind of joke with that. Oh, that's dead on.
That's dead on.
If you saw Sam's photo on a dating profile, Al, what would you?
It looks fake.
No, you think I'm psycho.
Which
means something else.
You have a good stock photo. That's
like
a good thing.
Teacher that has an inappropriate relationship with a student.
No, it doesn't.
Here.
Like if you're making like a character for a movie, like this girl is who?
I would say this
Oh,
girl.
you know
what I'm saying?
You're the bad person in a Hallmark movie, like the one that tries to steal the husband.
Oh
in that headshot,
I do look a little vindictive here.
That's what I'm saying.
Did you
I
push
look like a
somebody
fourth
down?
grade teacher.
Yeah.
No,
You look like you pushed somebody down
You
in
look
high
like a
school
principal.
hallway.
I would never.
I
always
look like a principal.
Yeah. Erica looks like a principal that doesn't take anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's too.
Al looks like an ad for a dentist commercial.
Yes,
This
I
is
can
an
see
ad
that.
for 1-800-DENTIST.
1-800 dead.
1-800.
However you're celebrating, make DBL a part of your holiday cheer.
What's up, homie?
I can tell she was feeling a little something, so I tell.
Erica blushed for Alfonso Ribeiro.
Would you have been cooking naked?
Cooking.
Yes, on our last show.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Am I right? Say yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I got chills.
Me too.
Clearly.
DBL is always all new every day.
Wow.
Welcome back to TBL. We can say
Somebody's complimenting themselves.
Yes.
Okay.
I know who said that.
Yeah.
The audience doesn't.
We can say some pretty outrageous things on this panel. So we're going to play a little guessing game called Who Said It? We're going to hear a past quote and we'll guess which host said it. So let's play the first one. Here we go.
I don't want to walk your pig.
Well, I would think Al doesn't want to walk a pig.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Al
I think
too.
we're like an exotic
that.
pet conversation.
Okay, so this line actually comes from a story we did about an Airbnb offering, animal experiences. Let's see who said it. You can even walk Amelia the pig around Ireland.
I don't want to walk your
amazing.
pig when I'm on vacation. You walk your own pig. Wow.
Yes.
I thought that was an Al thing.
You
Wow.
didn't explain that at all?
Well, I don't want to walk your pig when I'm on vacation. No, it doesn't make sense. I forgot I was on a vacation.
I would love to walk a pig on vacay. Okay,
Really?
so yes.
Oh, you want to go to a nice restaurant? No, I have to walk this pig.
Yeah. No, and then you're going to eat after? Okay.
Okay, let's hear our next line.
I could beat Mario Brothers. I could beat Zelda.
Oh, I definitely can beat Mario Brothers and Zelda. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Sam.
Yeah, I was going to say Erica, but I don't think I've ever heard Erica talk about video games ever.
Ever.
So I'm going with Sam.
I know those games.
You know them? I'm familiar with Mario
The
Brothers.
line actually comes from a story we did on Blockbuster Video and our childhood memories of it. So let's see who said it. I would stay up all night, man.
Really?
Yeah. I could beat Mario Brothers. I could beat Zelda.
My face is like, what is happening?
You can add Mortal Kombat to that list. You can add Street Fighter 1, Street Fighter 2 to that
You
list.
cannot beat Street Fighter.
You can,
2.
yes, I can.
No.
Did you
Yes.
I will quit this job if I see you beat Street Fighter. There's
I will
no
play
way.
you on Street Fighter. I will.
If I lose to you, okay,
well,
we'll
who's
put our
your
charities
person?
on the line.
Who is your person? Because there's one character, depending who I play, can beat my character. Who do you play?
I use E Honda, the sumo wrestler.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's my dude.
Okay, you're going down. You're going down. Big
my
time.
dude. Yeah.
I want to see that.
Big time. Okay, let's hear who our next line is from.
You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes.
Oh, that's Erica.
Oh, yes.
Erica
Without a
always
doubt.
has the best one-liners.
Every time.
That should be the title of your book.
She's got a couple titles.
Oh my God.
She's got a
Good
couple
ones.
titles.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see if we're right. Is it Erica? The line was said during a segment when we were talking about, COVID freakouts. Let's see.
You play stupid
there
games,
she
you get
is.
stupid prizes.
Oh, Erica with her one-liners.
That was a good one.
It's true, Erica. That's why I say you would be a good Denver, like if the franchise, the Housewives of whatever came to Denver, because your one-liners were
But not good.
The Housewives of Denver.
Oh,
That's
she
what
would
I
be
mean.
the
When we say
star.
like be on the show, not just on the show, you'd be the star
you
of the
would.
show.
Oh, okay. I'll be the star of the Denver House. I'll be the Kathy Hilton of Denver Housewives.
You would be the Bethany Frankel, because I think people tune into Bethany not only because of like her entrepreneurship and all that, but her one-liners.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well,
I
Andy,
gotta
call
yap.
me.
Yeah, call her, Andy. Call her. All right, let's hear the next line.
I don't like a man with a tattoo at the hip bone. It's weird. I don't like that.
I think that's Sam.
Al?
I think it's you, Al.
I think that's Sam.
I think it's Al.
No, I don't remember saying that.
A tattoo at the hip bone.
That's a weird place to put it. It seems like it would hurt.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, I'm
Let's-
going with Sammy on that one.
I wonder what the context is.
I know. Let's see.
I don't like that. That's weird. It's in a weird place. It's in a weird place.
You know what, Al?
I don't like a man with a tattoo at the hip bone. It's weird.
You know how I knew it was Al's? Because you always get specific. Instead of just being like, I don't like a man with a tattoo like on the abdomen, you have to be very specific.
Yeah, his went down to that weird bone that you only have when you have a six-pack. Every guy hates guys that have that. Like, wow, my stomach's never gonna look like that. But I don't like seeing a tattoo either.
Who did you put for yours?
I picked you for that
You
one.
did?
I thought that was you.
No. I like tattoos everywhere.
Okay.
Let's hear our last one.
Where your mind goes, energy flows.
Jeffrey?
That sounds like a Jeff.
It's Jeff.
That's Jeff.
I feel like that's a Jeff
That's
morning.
Jeff woke up with the mantras and
Yep,
came
that's
in
an
and told us all
affirmation.
about it.
When I was in the sauna that morning, for sure. Yeah, I listen to all these positive things.
Yeah,
I take pictures sometimes in there, and I'm like, I'm not gonna read this when I get to the show. But in the moment, I'm like, I'm gonna knock them dead with this quote. That's great.
Let's see if we're
it's me
right.
first.
Let's see.
To each their own. Like where your mind goes, energy flows, and you could put power into an object, into a rock.
He was still
Why
at
were you
home, so he
laughing
had
at
just stepped out of the sauna and straight on to set.
Yeah.
I
Why'd
was
you laugh
laughing
at it?
because you and Mark Eiglarsh that's exactly something that Mark Eiglarsh would say. You two are two peas in a pod. Yeah, you are. I'm getting the winner. The winner is three-way tie. Sam, Erica, Jeff. You lost.
How did I lose?
You lost.
I think you just made that up.
No, I didn't. I repeated what the producers
In
told
my
me
mind,
to.
I have to think you made
Do we
that
get
up.
checks like Jeff did? No. We'll be right back.
Just as long as ours clear.
We all know that movement is.
However you're celebrating, make DBL a part of your holiday cheer.
I can tell she was feeling something, I tell you.
Blush for Alfonso Ribeiro.
It is the most wonderful time of the year.
Absolutely.
DBL is always all new every day.
On December 3rd, Mariah Carey's hit single, All I Want for Christmas Is You, was certified diamond by the Recording Industry Association of America, making it the first holiday single to earn the distinction. Carey's Christmas hit usually begins making its way up the music charts around late October, according to Last.fm listenership data from the past 3 years. But does that mean that the holiday hit gets the most plays on streaming apps during the Christmas season? Verify reached out to these sources to get an answer, and drumroll please, it's true. All I Want for Christmas Is You is the most streamed holiday song according to music streaming app data from Apple Music, Amazon Music, Billboard, Pandora, and Spotify. According to Amazon Music, global streams on their app for this song are up 46% in 2021 when compared to this time last year. It's also one of the most requested holiday songs on Amazon Music via Alexa so far this year. According to Spotify data, the song tops its Christmas hits list and is the most popular song on Carey's artist profile with nearly 1 billion streams overall. It's also my all-time favorite Christmas song, and I may or may not dance around the table to it every year with my family. With your Fast Fact, I'm Ariane Till.
If you've been asked to receive a package from a stranger and ship it to someone else, do not do it. It's time for a security alert sponsored by LifeLock. Re-shipping scams are trending and victims are unaware they are breaking the law by transporting stolen merchandise. Scammers target victims through job and dating sites. If you received a package that you suspect might be a re-shipping scam, do not send it to another address. Report it immediately. LifeLock keeps you and your digital identity secure from cyber criminals. Call 1-800-419-0131 or visit lifelock.com to learn more. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
This
Plenty of questions have come out of the more than 2,000-page infrastructure bill. One THV11 Verify viewer asked, is it true there is some sort of driving tax or fee that you'll have to pay each year based on your vehicle's mileage and how much you've driven that year included in President Biden's Build Back Better plan? This claim and similar ones have made their rounds all over social media. So let's verify. Our sources, the bill itself, Michelle Nellenbach from the Bipartisan Policy, and Scott Hardin with the Arkansas Department of Finance and Administration. Under Section 13,002, it states the National Motor Vehicle Per Mile User Fee Pilot Program is completely voluntary. The first objective of the program is to test the design, acceptance, implementation, and financial sustainability of a National Motor Vehicle Per Mile User Fee.
So instead of paying at the pump for a gallon, you would pay based on the amount of miles you put on your car. And so the provisions in the bill are to allow folks to opt into a pilot program, an experiment, basically, to see how it would work.
Scott Hardin with DFA confirms their motor vehicle team has also not received any outreach from the federal government requesting they plan implementation of a mileage-based fee. He goes on to say any move to create a nationwide fee based on mileage would have to be established through new, separate legislation. We would certainly alert Arkansans if we received any indication this is a possibility. So we can verify this claim is false. This pilot program is included in President Biden's infrastructure bill, but it's totally voluntary, so there is not a requirement to pay a mileage fee. The only way to create a nationwide mileage tax would be to pass a new bill.
It's not unusual for current and former presidents to wish supporters a happy holiday season. But an online postcard that shows former President Donald Trump in a tuxedo is raising a lot of eyebrows on social media. The card, which we're blurring because of its explicit nature, was retweeted thousands of times, including by some prominent people who are verified on Twitter. So let's verify. Is the Christmas card claiming to be from former President Trump real? Our sources are Getty Images, Photo Forensics, and the official Donald Trump merchandise store. The former president is selling holiday merchandise on his website, and his Save America website links to this card, which is not the card that's going viral. No one within the Trump organization has shared the doctored card, and his spokesperson confirmed to PolitiFact it was fake. So, no, the Christmas card claiming to be from former President Trump is not real. Verify traced the original image back to 2019, when former President Trump met Queen Elizabeth. An analysis using photo forensic software showed the former president's tuxedo was edited to make part of the explicit imagery. Many of those who shared the card have since deleted their post. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back to DBL. Before we go, some sad news. Guitarist Mike Nesmith has died. The Monkees guitarist got his start in the group in the 60s and even helped launch MTV. His family released a statement saying, with infinite love, we announce that Michael Nesmith has passed away this morning in his home, surrounded by family, peacefully of natural causes. He was 78 years old. And we all remember him as the songwriter, the guitarist. I mean, an absolute legend.
Remember them on the Brady Bunch?
Yes.
That's how I first got introduced.
That's how you were first introduced to them. Yeah. Many of us.
This is Davy Jones.
Yeah. I don't remember that part.
Yeah, he called the whatever.
Bye.